Tonight we will be discussing advocacy and activism, part two. And we have some people who really want to speak their mind, and that's what this podcast is all about. Letting people speak their mind, speaking their truth. First of all, because you definitely have to speak your truth. In order to be on the critical show. We don't allow no false content, nothing of that sort whatsoever. And we're gonna continue to keep that integrity, because really that's what we are all based upon when it comes to the critical show. So we're definitely waiting on get here. We're waiting for our first guest, Jamila Miller, to come in, because I know for sure that she has a lot that she wants to speak up on, and we're going to give her that opportunity to speak as well. How you doing, Natural? How you doing, Della D? Appreciate y'all for coming in, because y'all opinions, matter as well when it comes, to what we're speaking about as far as advocacy and activism. And again, I'm just grateful that the support is real. Jamila, we waiting on you to tap in right now. I just sent the request to add you. But it's a lot that be going on in our community. And we definitely need the community to come into play. We need our community to come into play and to make their voices be heard. Because at the end of the day, we are all we got. You know what I'm saying? We are all we got. So if we keep letting these so-called activists and advocates steal from our community, we just as bad as they are. And that's a major problem in the city of Houston right now. So that's the journey that we are on at this point in time, because we want our community to know that we love them, just like how they are supporting us each and every week, resharing flyers or whatever. We definitely appreciate everybody. We definitely appreciate y'all. It's a lot going on in the city, and it's a lot that need to be brought to our people's attention. Okay, Jamila, hold up. Let me get you on. I just sent the request. So let's see if it gone ahead and add you. We waiting for Big Dog to get in here, and as well as Texas T. We're waiting on both of them to get in here right now. But it's a lot that's been going on within the city. The crime rate hasn't changed. We're still going through that situation because the crime rate is ridiculous. Yeah, the crime rate is ridiculous, and we definitely need to speak on that as well. What's up with it, Slimbo? Yeah, we waiting on Big Dog to get in here right now. Uh, okay, Slimbo, I'm trying to add you right now, so you can come in and say a few words to the community and let them know how you feel about certain things.
How would you get on that? Tell you how I feel about you.
Yeah, you can get him just go on to the
They won't let me on.
yeah. They'll let you on here. They'll let anybody on. But uh, I want to speak on because we have a lot. I mean, a lot of activists and advocates in a community. You know, and some of the activists in the community, some of them are doing the good deeds that's expected from our community. Then on the other hand, we have others that are continuously trying to bamboozle our people because they feel that our people are not literate enough, to hold a decent conversation or to push whatever situation that they're going through. It's just too much of that. And really, how you doing, Miss Carol? But we cannot accept, things of that such, because our people in our community are dependent on us, and that's one thing that we cannot forget, because every can't nobody say that they don't have anyone that's not dependent on them because they will be lying. You know what I'm saying? Just like your family depend on you, whether you're going to work or not every day. Your family depending on you to walk through those doors eventually sometime of the day. You know what I'm saying? So in any type of fashion, yes, we do. We need better role models. We definitely do. We definitely need better role models because a lot of us wasn't raised the way that the what's going on, brother Emmanuel. And our society was not raised to be in a fucked up situation that we are in right now because it's a lot of us that come from a background that came from the ground up. You feel what I'm saying? They really have paved the way. They really have, you know what I'm saying, paid their just due to the community. So it's a must that we make sure that whatever they have put in the game, that we get out of the game is not compromised whatsoever. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a must that we embrace everything that our ancestors have sacrificed for so many years over and over and over, you know. So what's up with it, brother Emmanuel? We're waiting on Big Dog. Send another request because it wouldn't let your request go through. So Big Dog, send your request in. Yeah. I seen the Slimbo. So I'm trying to add her right now uh, to the to the live. I also got brother Emmanuel, I see you there. What you got in your mind?
Oh, nothing. I'm just wanting to thank everybody here tonight, everybody that's tuning in, and ask everybody before we get it crunk, get it started, going on Shut Alive, with some people that you care about because, here we talk the critical issues. It's the critical show. And we bring hood news you can use because it's news that we use. And it has to be the truth if we going to use it. So that's what we finna get everybody. So let's all go and get it crunked up. Y'all don't pass this around. We're waiting on our guests to come on in. We got a nice show for y'all tonight. This is about advocacy and activism. And, this is a series because there's been a lot of these people out here that have been doing a lot of crazy stuff for a long time, just for popularity and stealing folks' safety while they doing it. And so what we
Mm-hmm.
want to do is a lot of people, they always talk about, we don't want a lot of craziness, a lot of fussing and arguing. Sometimes you got to call these things out. And it's been silent for too long. So sometimes you got to do a little fussing, you got to do a little arguing. I call it reasoning together. The season of our people, be seasoned, be flavorful people, so things get a
Right.
little vibrant. Others might not understand it, but that's just our love language. That's just our language, our commandeering spirit. And so we need to bring that out because we have to call these people out, especially if they won't step down on their own. We have to just make people aware of their existence and of their scams so that if it does happen, at least we are covered. I mean, how can you call yourself my friend or my brother if you see nails in the road and you don't stop me and I come through and flatten my tires? It's just a metaphor for a lot of things. How can you say you love me and when things is hurting me, you know about it and you don't say nothing? So we know about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to bring it out. We don't care who it is. And it's going to be the truth. So, we had our other guest on last week, on the week before last. If y'all were tuning in, we had Dr. Candace and we had Sister Angela, and they had a little combat, because everybody has their activism, but it's on different levels. Some do activism that's basically a show, and I call that an entertainment company. And then some do root work, real activism, that's in the political arena. And sometimes they have to put on shows, but they're doing it for a purpose, not just to take your money. And then there's some that do the grassroots, boots on the ground, out here serving the community. And that's what this is, the critical show is. This is that form. This show will go down to the city hall and talk to the mayor and whoever having a problem and y'all having a problem with. We're going to pull up on them and they're going to smell like cologne because we do not play. This is what the people boots on the ground do. They serve the community food. They serve the community protection. They serve the community education. And there's a great many of them. But we have to separate ourselves from these clowns that's giving a bad look to our city, to us as a whole. Everybody else does. It's time, H-Time. We got to stand up, and we have to be the ones to make this shit viral. We have to be the ones that make the news and all these people get the attention and put this on a bigger level to our people that are getting scammed. Because if we don't, then what we gonna say when it's one of our family members or when it's one of us? We gonna cry. We gonna be mad when it hurts something. So let's talk about the show. I'm ready for everybody to get on in. Critical.
Okay. Brother, who just joined us?
Big dog.
Okay.
Big
'Cause,
dog
hey,
status.
it's a lot of noise on your end.
All right. I can't do nothing.
Okay. Okay. We have our two hosts, Big Dog, as well as Texas T. And this week we will be discussing activism and activacy. Because that has been a lot of talk in our community as far as a lot of these activists stealing money from our communities. Jamila, send another request, and we're gonna try to get you in here. My guess maybe it's a connection thing, but just keep trying to get in here. We know that you trying to tap in, and eventually we're gonna get you in here. But our main thing is to make sure that all of these crooked activists receive no more money from our people. And when I say our people, I mean our community. You don't have to look like me for me to express that you're my people. You feel what I'm saying? Because we are going through the same motherfucking struggle. you know and that's what a lot of people fail to realize, um because in our community where I'm from, it's Hispanics that raised us, it's white people that didn't raise us, it's black people that didn't raise us. So when I say our community, that's exactly what I mean. Because when you come from where I'm from and where we're from, we all we got.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we are all we got. So for somebody to look like you and I to try to bamboozle our people to make your pockets fatter, that's when we step in, because we got a problem with that shit. We got a problem with that shit. And it's a lot of that shit going on, which we do not accept. We don't accept any of that shit. Any of
Man,
that
nigga,
shit.
don't nobody accept it.
Mhm. Facts. Because it could be one of our people that these so-called advocates are messing over.
I mean,
And by
think about it. It's like if you go to the store and you just on the street level, you go to the store and you buy a sack, and you get around the corner and it's oregano, and the next person, one of the homies, go up and they buy a sack and it's oregano. You know what the street gonna do? The street gonna talk and tell everybody, man, they up there selling that fake stuff. Don't go up there and get your stuff took. Nobody like nobody scamming.
Mhm,
You can break it down on any level of life. Nobody like nobody scamming them. You don't like
mhm,
to pay for something and
mhm.
not get what the hell you pay for. And activism and all that, that's the damn same. So that's why
Fact.
we're gonna call it out, because that's what we do in the street. That's just real. We gonna talk about it and tell nigga, hey, y'all, They playing games right now. They got that fake. You feel me?
You know,
So
mhm.
everybody can relate to this.
And that's the thing, because we have a lot of elderly people in our community. And a lot of these elders have been taken advantage of because they are looking out for their child. Maybe they're looking out for their grandchild. Maybe they're looking out for their nephew, and parents are gone. You feel what I'm saying? And now they're working on a fixed income and depending on one of these so-called activists, known activists that are always in the camera's eyesight, and reach out to them and pay them their money, you know. And just think about it. A lot of our elders are on fixed incomes. Jemiah, send a friend request, because every time that I send it, it's not coming through. So maybe if it comes from your end, maybe it'll go through. But a lot of our people are on fixed incomes. So just imagine, just imagine your grandma, my grandma, big dog grandma. You know what I'm saying? Our family encounter a situation where we depended on these activists to do their job, to bring justice to our community that somebody else that now already fucked over us. You feel what I'm saying? To get their money took, knowing that they are already on a fixed income. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a major problem. That's a major problem. That's a
And
fucking
what a big
major
name.
problem.
And what the big names who got those stages that can call these folks out. You know, they act all weak because they are part of the problem. They don't want to call another fraudster out because that other fraudster called them out. So a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot of them that stay silent, man, y'all pay attention to these cats. The ones you see in TV, they stay silent about all type of stuff. There's real issues. They had an issue on 1960 at 249 at the Family Dollar store, the Dollar General Family Dollar. It had gotten robbed like 7 times in 2 weeks. Man, it's like the dudes just kept coming back in there, robbing the place. One of the employees got shot. So one of the people reached out to the corporate or whatever, and corporate wasn't even trying to do nothing. So they reached out to me. Now I got them on the news so that we could push this issue out there and embarrass corporate for not hiring security, because them people shouldn't have to feel for their lives being taken because the company wants you to work all these damn hours but don't want to put a damn security guard in front, knowing that these folks running in here taking your money. So
Mm-hmm.
these folks were scared to come to work, but they needed that money. So I put them on the news. And then this story, if y'all look at it, the dude that actually I got on there, they only showed his hands because he was so scared to get on there and tell about the problem that he had. But what I'm saying all that is to say that problem got solved. They got a security
Mm-hmm.
guard in there. Corporate got embarrassed. I ain't get a goddamn penny for that. I ain't looked for a fucking penny for that. Those people's lives, those are my family members, those are my kinfolks, those are my hood pot, those are everybody that I deal with and associate with. And I don't want something happening to them, and I had a way to do something and I ain't do it because they didn't pay me no money. They
Mm-hmm.
couldn't afford me. Man, you don't, all of that helping people out does not cost no goddamn money. If you know the connections, you know how to do it, you make these people bend to your will and you help people. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Those people
Right.
now they safe. You know, because right down the street, the other Family Dollar, the employee got killed trying to stop the little dude, from going out the store. These little brothers and sisters got these weapons and stuff, and they doing all type of stuff, and they don't care about your life. They want money. You know what I'm saying? So when you call on the community activists, hey man, what you gonna do? We need some help. What do? A lot of them want to charge you or don't want to get involved because it ain't gonna bring them no fame.
Yeah,
So
because it's not
people
gonna bring
suffer.
them no type of fame. That's right. That's right.
Real activism, if you have the connections, that's the only way you can be that. If you don't have them connections, you can't get down with this type of work. You don't know how to solve a person's problem. What a lot of people not understanding is that the problems that's being asked to be solved, a lot of those problems are legal problems, and you're going to activists about legal problems.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
being scammed
and
by the
that's a major
scam.
problem.
That's crazy. And so
That
you're
is the
getting
major
what you're doing.
problem. That's the major problem that our people don't understand. If you're going through a legal situation, you need a lawyer instead of an activist. You know, the activists come into play, but at the same time, an activist can't tell you what to do by law. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why we always need a lawyer. Because me, I'm not going to go and pay any activist a consolation fee when I know that I got a lawyer that I'm gonna have to go pay, and my lawyer is gonna do me justice. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it really has to make sense. It has to make sense at the end of the day. You know,
Exactly.
so what we need to do as a community, inform our people and let our people know that it's better for you to go and put your money into a lawyer versus spending your, I would say burning your money on consultation for an activist. Now, an activist, if they are for the community
and they love their community, they're gonna give you the right advice from the motherfucking jump.
And it
From the
ain't gonna
jump,
cost.
and I can't speak for the, for the ones that wants you to pay for consultation. Yeah, they might say it's their business, it's their business and all of that old type of shit. But me, where I'm come from and the people that I know, you know, they're looking out for our communities just because they love our people, not just because they are treating it like a business. And that's what our people really have to understand. We don't have to pay to get no justice. As long as our people are in the right and our people show up, justice is going to prevail at the end of the day. So, for all of the people that want to be in the spotlight, and that's what they love to do. Hey, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? That's your thing. Do your thing. But at the end of the day, after you didn't entertained in front of that camera all of that time, at the end of the day, what have the people really gained at the end of the day? What results have the people gained, by you entertaining on camera? Brother Emmanuel, go ahead.
Activism. Act. Break down the word. The start of it is ACT. To put on a show. That's what the activist does. They put on a show based off of a certain situation for a certain reason. Now, if you got a legal situation and it's not being handled in the court system, you have a community situation and the people that are supposed to handle it are not handling it, then the activist comes and brings attention to it through whatever methods possible. First, legal. Then if the legal isn't resolving it, then you go to the media, and what media is supposed to be doing is bringing shame to the people that's not doing it to make them do it. It's just it's a play on it. So a lot of times people don't understand that activism doesn't require you being on TV. You feel me? So a lot of people, they hear these activists that's on TV, and so when a problem comes, a lot of them want to be on TV. So they
Mm-hmm.
pay to be on TV. A lot of you scamming yourself because what you truly want is to make yourself famous or the issue at hand famous. Whatever I done seen so many times people pass away, and then what happens? All the damn family members is all in the shots and all that at the news and stuff. Now, one of them goddamn family members was there for that family member to make that shit not happen to where they out there for it. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But then the time comes, it's because it's in so many people we see on the news. Anytime some kind of injustice, you got the people on the news, the family there crying or whatever, and you got these people on side of them. And it leads the public to think the only way I can get on TV is if I had this person on side of me. And what that person does is they charging your ass for a TV interview. That's it. That's it. I'll make up a piece of paper. I'm gonna give y'all the game right now. I'm gonna expose the shit. You make up a piece of paper, anybody can do it. You make up a piece of paper, this is a fucking release. We have to do it for this show whenever we used to have community events, and we would have
Maya,
the
keep trying to
news, and
come
we
in.
have to allow them to come. It had to be permission. So you have to give these pieces of paper in emails to the news station based off of whatever you got going. They'll decide if they want it to or not, and then they show up. They get money off of our stories. So you don't gotta pay nobody. Nobody has no connection, but they're guaranteed can get you on TV to bring awareness to your shit. A lot of them are charging you for airtime, but the airtime don't belong to them. They're doing the same shit we do, which is submit the releases, submit a request, they answer it, they show up. There is no money involved. They turn around and make you pay for some shit you could have done free. Some shit you could get for free. Every time you see an activist on the TV, they did not pay that goddamn one dime to be out there. A lot of them be talking that bullshit, talking about all that. Oh, I had to pay for this and that to be out there. That's bullshit. No, we've had too many of them, and we don't pay for none of that bullshit. Why? Because it don't cost. to help. It don't cost. It's more connections than the fucking news. Everybody's story don't need to go on the goddamn news. You know, you got social media. Everybody's story don't need to go on social media. Some of y'all stories need to go down to their goddamn mayor office, to the city councilman office, to these certain people's
Yeah,
office and get something done.
you
Oh,
know,
we got brother Ricky Jason here.
yeah,
Okay.
yes. We have brother Ricky Jason that has just joined us, and we definitely appreciate you, Mr. Ricky Jason, for taking your time out to sit down and let people know about these fake advocacy and these fake advocates, you know, that's going around the state of Texas.
Okay,
Yeah,
first of all,
that's
I
all
thank
you,
and I
brother.
praise God that we all have made it here safe today. I pray to God that your return and my return will be equally safe. I am civil rights community activist Ricky Jason, and I am the protege of the late Dick Gregory, as well as the filmmaker of the award-winning documentary Bird, the Life and Tragic Death of James Bird, featuring Dick Gregory. And I'm also the MLK Award honoree, as a Rush honoree as well, and I'm also the founder of Victims of Cornell X. Today, I want the world to know in Tyler, Texas, Cornell X was afraid to come out. Cornell X was afraid to show his face, and Candace Matthews is one of the most disrespectful devils that's on the planet. Candace Matthews and Cornell X have been robbing people a long time. And matter of fact, I've talked with Jay Prince's daughter about that a while back, Ashley Prince, and I told her, why is your father sitting back and letting Cornell take all these people money? I can go back, baby. Let me tell you, Gary Graham was an innocent man on Texas death row. We had over
Dr. Stone
10,000 people there, and I
Coker.
want to correct everybody. Uh, I was the one that got Bianca Jagger, Mick Jagger's wife, to witness Gary's execution. I was the one that had Reverend Sharpton to come down. I was the one that had Jesse Jackson to come down. That was my work. But I ain't doing it for the critic. I ain't doing it for the fame. I work with the victims because I have a heart and I love people. And the last thing Dick Gregory, before he passed away, that next following week, Dick Gregory was coming to Houston, Texas, in front of the courthouse, and he was going to demand for 5 days. It was going to be Dick Gregory, Martin King III, and the late Bishop Tutu, because they was upset. I let them talk to some of the victims, and they was upset to see that Cornell and Candace Matthews have been robbing these people for so long. We was going to sleep out there for 5 days and 5 nights, but bless Dick Gregory's soul, he was fasting so we can have a better world. He was 85 years old, and the doctors told him to stop fasting, so he didn't make it. Dick Gregory and Candace Matthews said, that ain't Dick Gregory in my documentary. A picture speaks a million words. Those documentaries are authentic. And they got this other young lady in Houston who she had threatening. I say, we need to all come together. It's a new time. Gary Graham is resting in his grave, and I want to make something else clear. When they raised over $30,000 for Gary Graham, Minister Robert Muhammad was over it, and I'm not picking no names. I'm just letting you know he was over that department. For one while, he wouldn't go see Gary Graham. When he knew I had Bianca Jag and them going, he ran to go see Gary Graham like a puppy. He wouldn't go. After I leave Huntsville, driving to Huntsville every week was a drive for me and stuff, and going to his mouth, oh, I'm going to go see him next week. I'm going to go see him the next week. But like I said, Gary Graham had the evidence to prove that he was innocent. All you people that said y'all was with Gary Graham back in the day, he's from Houston. I didn't even know Gary Graham. Gary Graham saw a painting I did of James Bird in Time magazine, and he reached
Hold
out
on
to me
for a
for
second,
help.
brother
I
Ricky.
got involved.
Hold on
Yeah,
for a second, brother Ricky.
okay.
Just to interrupt you, just to give our people some insight. Gary Graham, known as Shaka Sankofa, was a brother who was convicted of a crime in the 80s, but they didn't have the proper evidence that they should have, and so he had to fight it. And he fought very hard, and he had a lot of black celebrities, a lot of good people that was coming to help stop his execution. And what he's known for, his strength, because all the way to the end, he fought. He fought with the jailers because he said he wasn't going to walk in because that would be giving them their life. He fought to the end for his life, and he's a shining example of many of our brothers that have been in that legal system and have had to fight. What this brother's references is this man at his lowest point, fighting for his life, was scammed by this fake community activist Cornell X. And this man gave Cornell $5,000 in hopes that he could do something to have a stay of execution, and Cornell dipped off on him. Of course, you know, if you get killed the next day, nobody can come and get the money. So this man stole from a dead man, from a man fighting for his life. And this is the story that this brother Ricky Jason is telling all our people that don't know who Shaka Sankofa. And that's why this brother is going after him, because that's complete disrespect. But continue, brother.
And people, we can't be afraid, because Gary Graham had his fate. He had his dreams. He had his hope that Cornell was going to meet. And we researched, we checked back, we come to find out Cornell took the $5,000, and Cornell never ever called Governor Bush. He never ever met with Governor Bush. The only thing Cornell said, he drove up in a Hummer in Huntsville. We had 2 stays that day. Cornell told all the black people to go in the white neighborhoods and set it on fire. I've been calling Cornell to answer the phone to get that $5,000 to Gary Graham's family, because his mother and them is struggling. They from the hood in Houston, Texas. I used to visit Gary every week, and Gary was crying the last time I saw Gary. And the police and the FBI, everybody went and they beat the hell out of Gary. And while Gary was on death row, and Gary say he want us to get those videotaped because he's an innocent man. And his bottom line, Gary's story can't be told. $30-something came up missing. Minister Robert Muhammad, you know what I'm talking about. 30-something thousand. We didn't even have a headstone, so we had to raise funds. I like to thank Mickey Dickoff and Attorney Dick Burnham. We raised funds, and the late Dr. Evans, to help put Gary Graham a headstone, because he was laying there. And I want y'all to know something. It's a lot of victims in Jefferson County Jail that paid Cornell X and Candace Matthews' family money, and they effed over them. It was one lady in Houston, Texas. She paid Cornell X $45,000 cash. She met him at a restaurant, him and Candace Matthews and a little team they have. They promised her they can get her son out of prison, and I asked her what did her son do. She said, my son killed a police officer. I told the lady to run, get far away from her. She went and met with Cornell and Candace Matthews, and they told her, we gonna get him out. Don't listen to nobody. He just gonna only have to wear a monitor for the rest of his life. The lady put her house, 74 years old, put her home up for collateral. She can't read or write, and we met with them, and now today she homeless. The last time I talked with her, she said there was foreclosing on her home. She called me looking for Dick Gregory, and I told her Mr. Gregory had been passed away. So I say to everybody around the world that's watching, what Miss Samantha had did today, that took courage. Candace Matthews' trial is supposed to start on the 18th of next month. The 18 in Port Arthur, Texas. I'm calling on every victim to come there, because Cornell's supposed to be there for her support team. Cornell and Candace Matthews, it's not what they say they are. The bottom line, like I tell everybody, look at my documentary, look at my photo pages, Ricky Jason. Those pictures are authentic, and I don't have to prove anything to anybody. She came to my house, so Candace Matthews, you laughed and everything. So we fixing to see you laughing, because y'all ship is fixing to sink. I'm upset. I'm angry. Yes.
Yeah. You know, but the thing about that, Mr. Jason, and that's the thing about it is so many people looking for him, and it's so many people looking to serve him. He's not going to show. Because he knows that people for years have been trying to serve Cornell X, but he doesn't have a stable address for his so-called business or practice.
And I want, excuse me, and I understand that. And I want everybody.
I was his bodyguard, Ricky. And my son was murdered, Ricky. I was his bodyguard. That's me, Brother Emmanuel. I'm Brother Emmanuel. I'm Texas T. I'm all them names. I'm the same man. I know about this chump, this clown, and they did nothing for me, his own brother. So I know if he know all that stuff. We really have to come together, not just talk about it. See what I'm saying? Because check this out.
We need to do it.
My son's life is more important than no goddamn picture. My son's life is more important than no motherfucking protest. I ain't took this shit as no fucking game like I ain't doing right now. I want to serve him something, but I want to serve him something right. You dig what I'm saying? I want to serve him something
I
to
got
stop this foolishness, but it has to be strategic, because I promise you, he's not gonna show up. They hide. They do all that. I
You
saw how they
you know
did you like that. If you'd have had one of
look
our soldiers out there, they wouldn't have did not one of them goddamn things.
look
It's all a
look
bluff fucking game. It's a bluff game. None of them that
Miss
tell to be people to do stuff will do anything for anybody. They don't got no money, so they're running and hiding. They make their shit off of scams. They scam, they duck and hide. And Candace is gonna get herself in trouble for riding with this scammer, because she's been joined in on it. But what y'all gotta
she's
understand
doing
is
it
we can't
too.
hold on. We can't pick and choose, bro. We can't pick and choose the battles. You feel what I'm saying? The reason why a lot of these people's stuff isn't, we haven't got on him, is because it's not famous enough to the media. We gotta all come together and collectively form a documentary. I had Netflix online waiting on my ass. I
No,
reached out to everybody, begging them, come on. We can put this on a global level, and that damn show will get them
no.
people attention, and we'll find something that this man done did that they can criminalize his ass, or at least we will show the world. And so nobody will want to say his name when you talk about activism and helping the people. We have to do it. We have to go above these people, because Fox 26 and all of them, they helping them. They're not going to
no
stop
no
because they
no
make money
look
off of this. We got to go beyond the money, and the only way we're going to get it is this H-Town stand up together. That means
you
some of
know
y'all community activists that are fighting with each other got to let that bullshit go, and you got to come together. And I'm going to tell you that because I've been doing a whole lot of work way before my son was murdered, and I ain't getting none of these goddamn activists come out. Ain't none of them come out. My story was all on the news. I don't want to hear that shit. Everybody should have stood up for everybody. Don't pick and choose your stories. These is hood issues. These kids in the hood that we looking up for, these my homeboys and partners and stiff family and sons and stuff. We want them to live. This ain't a game to us. Come together, everybody. Drop all that bullshit and really activate, because that's what an activists do. I don't care about the people in the past. They had their past. I don't give a fuck who you walk with, who anybody walk with. I done walk with a whole lot of them. Don't mean shit. Nothing that they did is going to affect today. What we got to do in H-Time today is really come together. I can call it out. Anybody want to do that shit? Hit the DM. If you really want to take him down, I know everything about him. We got all the victims. We can put together this heart-wrenching, true story on a high level, on a big level, and even on that big level, we can pay back some of these victims of Cornell. See, people got to understand, though, do you really want to solve the problem, or do you yourself want to be famous for solving the problem?
Man, I
Do we
don't
really
care
want to
nothing
solve
about
it,
being
or do
famous.
we really
Excuse
want
me,
to
me
be
and you done
famous?
got
No,
into it
listen to
before,
me.
my brother.
It's
I
a
don't give a
question I'm
shit about
asking
being famous.
everybody.
I'm
It's a
already
question I'm
famous, bro. I'm
asking
already
everybody,
famous.
bro. You hear what I'm
I'm
saying?
helping because I want to help. I'm helping
But
because I want to help and because I care. I'm already famous, bro. And these victims is going, it's not just Houston, it's Dallas, it's Atlanta, it's
let me ask
Beaumont,
you
Port
something, Ricky.
Arthur,
What you want from
Orange.
him then?
They've been doing it.
What
And
do you want the
Cornell is not
solution to be?
alone.
Let
Don't
me
cover for
let
Candace
me answer and
Matthews.
get that answer.
Candace
What do you want
Matthews
the solution
is
to be
with
for
him.
Cornell and Candace? What do you want as a solution for them?
I want their asses under the jailhouse. I want them in TDC. All the people in TDC they rob and all the people they hurt, like your son and everybody else. I want Candace Matthews and Cornell X in jail, and I want them held accountable for fraud and embezzlement to the public. This been going on too long.
Okay.
We need to all come together, like you said, and we need to come in the hundreds, like
Okay.
never ever before.
Now I'm asking you this to ask this. Now, if they give us that, what next? What else do we want?
We need
Because
to
all these people, they done
protest,
lost
and we
money.
gotta
They done lost
protest. We
money.
gotta make
They
our
can't get
voice
their money
heard.
back.
We
This is
want
what
the
I'm saying,
world to
bro.
see.
A lot of the stuff that they done scammed our people for, our people can't get the money back. So I want to create a solution. I don't want to just send them to jail. I don't want to just defame them. I want my people motherfucking money back. So we got to find a way to get this money back off of him. He don't got no house. He don't got no assets. He don't own no business. He ain't no multimillionaire, because the government would have seized it, because he's already had cases that are that are solidly in there. And trust me, the government ain't sitting around. They get a piece of it, so they searching for anything. He's very elusive. What
you know
can we get to help the
you know
victims
and
or the
you know
people,
and
and to help our community to
Well,
not be victimized again? The
you
solution
know,
We need to
is
all,
come together for
we
real.
need to stop
and this is
talking
the
and
other
let's be
thing.
about it. Then I'm ready. I stay ready. But the bottom line is, Cornell X have sent his son go and play with Deion Sanders off of all y'all victims' money. Cornell up flying around in little jets off of all y'all victims' money. Cornell talk that noise, how much he hate white people. That's a gang thing. And I want
Yeah,
y'all to
it is.
understand.
It's
I don't
game.
have
That's
nothing.
right.
Cornell
It's
wife is,
game. It's
his wife
game.
is white.
Hey,
He have a people, we just need to step it up like never ever before. And thanks Samantha, like I said today, for Tyler, Texas, for us standing up for Cornell X and Candace, standing up to them, because Candace Matthews is nothing but a bully. She was unprofessional. She was disrespectful. And I want the world to share
yeah.
that video on
So,
how activists call themselves,
so,
cussing this woman out, and y'all stole $3,500 from her. The lady want her
yeah.
money back, and these
Samantha,
victims want their money back.
Samantha said he showed today and got escorted out the back door. So all victims, whatever promo that y'all see that he has his face on, y'all make sure that y'all let y'all district, y'all precinct know that this is where he's gonna be and his ass needs to be served.
And
You feel what I'm saying?
all you victims,
Because
that's right. And all you, yeah.
see, because what I have noticed, just sitting back watching and reading a lot of shit. A lot of these victims are speaking on Cornell. Uh, Not too many of these victims are speaking on Candace. You feel
Like
what I'm
they're
saying?
afraid
But
of her.
she's speaking
Say
for
something.
both of them.
Say something. I'm talking about both of their asses. Even a lady in LA right now, she paid Candace Matthews $13,000. And she booked online, and Candace Matthews ain't did nothing for her
See,
but took her money. I can go on and on
see,
and on.
see,
It's not just white, it's
you
black people,
back.
it's Mexican, Jews, Puerto Rican. Candace Matthews is in bed with the devil. She's doing the same thing, and she teaching these younger Panthers, her and Cornell, how to be wrong. These Panthers
Those,
need to get away from her.
Hey, hold on, hold on.
those,
Hey,
those are
hey,
not
happening.
Panthers.
Hey, that's not
Those
happening.
are not Panthers.
Hold on, make sure you use your words right. Hold on, because that's not
Yes,
happening.
Well,
They
they
are not
say
yes.
they
teaching no Panthers.
Panthers. They say
No,
they
They're
no,
not
no,
Panthers.
no.
teaching no
When I
They're
hear
Panthers.
not.
Cornell X
No.
name, I hear Cornell X. I
Listen to
don't
me,
hear
man.
your name. Google Cornell X is the leader of the Black Panthers. If y'all say he not the leader,
He's
won't
not.
y'all come together? Y'all stood only in three
He's
We
Panthers.
not.
been doing
That's
that. What
not
you talking
enough.
about, Ricky Jason? We been doing that.
Show
Yeah.
us, brother.
What?
Show me. Show me. You ain't
He,
show
he
me
he's
nothing but
not.
standing with
You
three
know,
What the
Panthers.
fuck
That
are
ain't
you
no
talking about,
Panther.
man? Hold
hold up,
up.
y'all.
Hold up.
Google
Don't start
Cornell
being
X.
a
Hold up.
He
warrior.
is your
Don't
leader.
start being a
Cornell is
Look,
your
warrior.
leader
look.
to
So
the
we
world
can,
and the
Hold
I
up.
prophet.
reached out to you.
Hold up. Say
I
y'all.
reached
Say
out
y'all.
to
Hold up.
you
Hold up.
personally and told you you could come on and let me help. You didn't reach out. You didn't reach
Bro,
back. You didn't want
Look,
me
look,
around
look,
all
bro,
look,
them
you
other
look,
ain't
victims.
never,
look.
you
So
called me
listen, you
4 or
Say,
want to
5
keep
times, but
that
you
shit for
never
say,
called me
yourself.
back when
You
I
might
say,
told
well
you.
man.
I
be one
can't
of
just
them
stop
same
what
ones
I'm
that doing it
doing.
for fame. You doing all this
Say y'all.
talking
You
and
can't,
yelling
bro,
and
I got
okay,
fame.
I
I
see
don't
you.
need fame.
Oh, yeah, you
You the
do.
one been
Yeah, you
trying to
do.
pressure me. I don't
Yeah,
Say,
you
need
do.
nobody gonna
say,
pressure me.
Yeah, you
I
do.
do it for free because I
Pressure
care.
my
say,
ass.
say.
And I
Stop
want
talking
you
Hold
to
up,
about that
Emmanuel.
bread
understand that.
and do some work.
I
Emmanuel,
When
want
hold up,
y'all
hold up,
get
you
hold
great
to
up,
again.
understand that.
hold
Stop
up.
talking about
I
that
want
Emmanuel,
you to
hold up,
bullshit.
hold up.
understand that. You ain't been where I've been,
Get
son. You
this
ain't
out
never
your
been
mouth.
nowhere.
Take that
I've been
out
Emmanuel,
all over the
your mouth.
world.
say,
You ain't never been
say,
nowhere.
You don't know where I've
So
been
you been
because you
trying
don't
to
even
get
know
in
me.
contact with me. You
You
ain't
don't
been
know me
nowhere but Houston,
nothing.
Texas.
say,
You ain't been around. I've been around the world.
Man, I
say,
have
I go
y'all.
around the
nothing.
Say,
world.
You don't know
say. We are
nothing.
getting
You
off
just talk
topic.
a lot of shit.
Say,
You
we
Brother,
off
let
you
me
topic.
get
one of
off
them
of this
same
Say,
line because
ones.
that brother, that's the
That's
same
what you
say,
brother
doing.
that
say,
been talking
And you got
say,
so
say,
much
disrespectful
about
and
Candace and
disrespectful to people
Cornell,
that can help.
but you don't got
say,
nothing else to stand on that.
say,
Tell me
y'all.
some other work you done did
Say,
beside
I'm
Candace and Cornell.
not gonna argue
Tell
with
me
him
some
because
other
I'm bigger than
work
that.
yeah.
in the
You
community
know,
you have done
Emmanuel,
I'm
say,
beside
bigger
Emmanuel.
than
Candace and
that. And
Cornell.
the bottom line, bro, you need to carry yourself better than you carry because you a
And I'm a
runoff
grown ass
support like
man.
you
I'm a
ran me
grown ass
off.
man. I carry
I'm
Emmanuel.
myself how
done
I
with it,
want
bro.
to. You tell me
Peace.
that when you see me, Jack. That's what you do.
Say,
Political
say,
activist.
say, Emmanuel. Let we gotta let them speak their mind. You know what I'm saying? Whatever their opinion is or whatever they object to, just let them speak their mind because we do need them to get their point across. We do need them to let the community know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna have differences, all that old type of shit. But you know what I'm saying? We need to get down to this shit that is gonna make sense to everybody. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because exactly. We have to let everybody get whatever they gonna say out. You know what I'm saying? In order to come to some type of compromising situation where to the point where we can really just put a motherfucking plan together, you know what I'm saying, and execute this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of people, you know, you don't think motherfuckers watching this shit and they looking for a motherfucker to get into it, you know, so that way we cannot, you know, make any progress. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be better than that because the people are most definitely depending on us, you know, to get the motherfucking point across, you know, and it's gonna take all of us. It's gonna take all of us, and we're not gonna agree on every motherfucking thing, and you know, we all know that, but we gotta make sure that we let everybody speak their piece and let everybody get their point across. Yeah, you know, and after everything is over with, you know what I'm saying? We can get together, you know what I'm saying, with Mr. Jason on a one-on-one conference call. You know what I'm saying? That's all good. But as far as right now, we need to make sure that we have our shit in order to make the shit, you know what I'm saying, better for our people that have been victimized. You feel what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
And everybody is looking at this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody is watching because this shit is really big when it comes to advocacy and activism, you know, fucking over our community. That shit is a real problem in the state of Texas. It really is. It's a fucking it's a big ass problem in the state of Texas. You know, so we're one of those platforms that are going to get the message out to everybody. We're one of those platforms that love our community. We're one of those platforms that will do what's necessary. You know what I'm saying? So you know, hey, everybody, you know, y'all, you know, speak your mind. It's okay to agree and disagree, but our main thing is coming to some type of resolution to
And you,
put a stop put a stop to the victims. You feel what I'm saying of our community, and really, and that's the main thing because you know we can go head to head, you know, with one another all motherfucking night long, but at the same time, what are we accomplishing? You feel what I'm saying? If we going against each other, and we all supposed to be on the same motherfucking wave path.
you're
Okay,
right.
we got Jemai. She finally up in this motherfucker. Yeah, you know,
I don't want
and
to interrupt though.
no, go ahead. You got the flow. Go ahead.
um, no, I mean, I guess I'll introduce myself. I'm Jemiah. Um, I've been on the ground in this work, doing this type of thing since I was 15. I'm 27 now, so I've been in the struggle for a minute. My first real campaign I was a part of was Justice for Sandra Bland. So that really instilled young in me distrust for the justice system because we know how that case turned out. I mean, and then ever since then, I've just been trying to find the most radical struggles I can be involved in, the ones that are going to actually challenge power, and also just studying the movement, studying what has worked, what hasn't worked. So I'm a real student of movement history, that sort of thing. Yeah, now I'm doing this platform that is it's called Movement Watchdog, and it's honestly a lot about what y'all have been talking about already. Um, a way to hold the movement accountable. We use data and principles, so we look at like where the money's going, what work is being done, and seeing how actually effective it is. Um, because
Pretty
yeah,
much
we're
like a census.
exactly. We call it an audit, but that's the exact same thing.
Hmm.
One of our first ones, I mean, we're working on a few right now, but one of our first ones is Candace Matthews. So, yeah, still in the preliminary researching of it, but it doesn't look good, as y'all know, because y'all been talking a lot about where she falls short, lacking transparency, all of that. But yeah, I'm happy to be here, happy to be a part of the conversation. Um, and yeah.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you for taking your time out. So you can definitely get your input to the community about it, as well. Big Dog, you have anything to add? Okay. Okay, go ahead, brother Emmanuel.
I want to salute the sister. She has a great journey, and I salute all the work you've been doing out there. Continue, continue to fight. And I want everybody that's here to look her up, and see the journey she's been on, and join however she asks, because she has a lot of stuff on that she wants the community to be involved in. But again, I always tell people we have to be involved. The community has to be active. That's what takes the change. That's what makes the change. Is all of us doing something, and what we need to do is collab with each other, join forces truly with each other, and we make each other viral. You know what I mean? This sister's been doing this for a minute. If we all poured into her the proper way, she would have a stage greater than what she has now. There's nothing wrong with what she has now, but we meant for greatness, and I'm
You're right.
tired of us really settling for crumbs because our community is really not active. That's why we are getting scammed by these fakesters, because we ourselves aren't active in building each other up. And not taking away from your stage, but that's why we have to call things out, and I call things out based on actions. I hear a lot of words about a lot of people, but when you go into a person's, you go into their page, look at their life and see the actions that they're doing. That denotes their character. That tells you what they're about. And even if it ain't just on page, because social media don't hold all of the great things we've done. A lot of us ain't did all this stuff on camera, hugging their goddamn body, showing every damn picture, of all these different places and stuff so that you can show it out on the resume. Some of us don't do that. A lot of people solve some problems, and you'll never know nothing about them. That don't take away from their strength and add strength to the person that's in front of the camera. They're both equal because they both still have a breath. But we have to all, the people in our community that would love on each other, we got to pour into each other and make each other famous. So that's how I'm always say, support the sister, share everything that she doing. And I'm honored to be in this space and time with you, Queen. Could you just let
Appreciate
everybody know some of the big things you have going on in your city, and for all the people in your city that can join up to join, explain a little of
it.
that for us?
For sure. I'm here in Houston, actually.
Exactly.
The movement Watchdog is more of a national project. So we're looking at a lot of different organizations. I don't know if people realize how many millions are really being funneled and moved around within our movement. But that money's just not working for us in a lot of those cases. It's not actually working for the people. It's a lot of Candace Matthews and Quanell X's that are profiting for self-interest. So Movement Watchdog, you can find it at Movement Watchdog on Instagram. It's a super new project. It's informed obviously by all of the work that I've done. I've been a part of things that are more safe, from mass protests to things that are a little bit more risky, where we're planning to get arrested and we're having bail numbers written on us for that instance. So the type of work I've been involved in is varied. It spans across a lot of different things. So even in this short time, I've seen a lot of what works and what doesn't. Also, just studying. So Movement Watchdog is really what I'm pouring my energy into, because honestly, I feel like a lot of people could also feel this, but there's not a lot of organizations who are for the people that you can join. So I find the fights that are going on around the country that are the most radical, like Stop Cop City. Excuse me, Stop Cop City was one of the most challenging, like one of the coolest things I've been a part of as far as actually challenging state power, and just the way that people came together and organized, and just the bravery, the resistance that I saw there. There were people literally dancing after getting pepper sprayed, after coming in direct contact with police. And so, yeah, I've just seen a lot of what can be done, a lot of what is possible in Houston today. Honestly, there's not a lot of radical fights or meaningful fights that you can join. There is a lot of mutual aid projects or things of that sort of giving back to the community. But if you're looking for fights to actually challenge state power, I think a lot of people will feel a little bit like, I don't know. I've been looking since I was 15, and I've lived in Houston most of that time, and there's just not a lot to offer here. So that's why I really want to put a lot of energy into how do we make our movement better, so that there are better fights for people to join, so that the work that we are doing is more effective in actually challenging state power. Like Candace, I've talked to her because I've tried to have these conversations in private. I do believe in trying to like mend certain things in private. Um, I told her that her funding model was jacked up, her and Quadnell's funding model, nickel and diming the people instead of setting up a funding model of donations and grants so you can pay your people, or so that you can pay for resources and then offer your work to the people for no charge. That is how activist work has been done. It's been done like that. There's plenty of examples, countless examples. And so I tried to approach Candace with that. Um, Based on her response, I don't believe that is what she's interested in. I do believe that she is building a business. It's a safe business. That's why she's constantly mentioning, oh, I have to pay for permits to, I think Brother Emmanuel might have touched on this, but, oh, I have to pay for permits to protest and to hold press conferences. You do not need a permit to hold a press
No,
conference.
not at all. You don't.
No,
No, you
not at
don't.
all.
Well,
And
no.
that's just fear mongering that she uses to try to make people think that to challenge the state, to challenge these systems of power, you need to be a professional activist, or you need to jump through all these hoops. But the truth is you just need to be brave and organized. And so that's what I really also want to offer to this space is, I do have a lot of years of experience in organizing campaigns, organizing, just doing the work that can get this to a broader audience. Um, I have been a part of a lot of that. I would love to offer my time, my energy, um, to it, because I think that, like has been talked about, it does need to go beyond here. It needs to go beyond um, like the internet. We do need to eventually, if we're going to remedy this, get in person, talk about how we're going to confront this, because there are victims that have been hurt. And yeah, there's a lot of examples. The Black Panther Party has held people's courts. The In the 1990s, there were um, there was victim offender mediation. So it's basically the same thing, like a people's court. You get the victim and the offender, and you get community around them, and you mediate the situation.
Fact.
Um, yeah, no cameras, no threats, nothing like that. Just a way to actually remedy this. And the way that you make them show up is the same way the system, the state, they are on you until you come to court. So we would be on them at their events, at their public speakings, and we would make life hard for them until they address the people. So that's just my suggestion based on things I've read, and just work I've been involved in, restorative justice work I've been involved in. But yeah, I would love to hear from everyone else on their thoughts because I know they've been trying to get this handled for a while.
That's a good mind frame to have. And I'm gonna just give you something. Have you ever been down to City Hall?
Yeah, I went most recently. We were dealing with, y'all probably because y'all are in Houston, the food not bombs. Um, the city wanted us to go through a bunch of red tape just to be able to feed the people. So we spoke at City Hall. And honestly, I think it's an ongoing fight, but I believe that Food Not Bombs is winning that fight because they are still in the same spot serving
So
the people. Um, uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, no,
So
no. But
so
yeah,
you
I have
you
been.
spoke? Did you
Yeah.
speak when y'all went?
Yeah, I spoke. We had a general, not really a script, but we had just talking points we all kind of wanted to hit. I think maybe a few of us showed up and we held a press conference there.
But I'm saying, did you speak in front of the mayor at the podium? Put your name on the list and go and speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see what she just did, everybody that's listening. But what I just asked her what she done and what she said she has done. In, in the city of Houston, you can go downtown to City Hall, Bagby Street. You can call 832-393-3100, something like 1300, and you can tell them you want to speak. They'll put your name on the list. You can go in front of all of these power people, all the top positions. They sitting right there. They ain't no different. And you can come and you can tell whatever issues you have in your community, and you make them do what they supposed to do. But how many of us, and how many of a lot of those activists that claim all of that, how many of them have been down that city hall? And I'm gonna tell you something, Cornell ain't been in no city hall. I promise you. He ain't been in no
No,
city hall speaking for the
no,
people. You see what
no.
I'm saying? I've been there 32 different appearances physically. Then during that COVID, I appeared 14 different times. All of those things are factual things that are in history. Why? Because it's more issues, and don't get me wrong, hear what I'm saying, y'all. It's more issues of scamming in our community than Cornell and Candace.
Can
And
I
we
ask
need more
you
people
something?
that's really gonna help out more issues than just them. I had this sister, the first time I went to City Hall, I was in full Black Panther uniform. I went in there in full uniform, went up to the podium and spoke. And I was speaking because this young man in Fifth Ward, an older man in Fifth Ward, he passed away because the ambulance couldn't get through the gates at Coke Apartments. The ambulance couldn't get through the gates because the apartment people putting them damn chains on the gates, and that's a fire hazard. But when you go to the apartments, they say, nah, they ain't trying to, do what you say, but you pay the rent. So who's going to stand up for those people? All it took was for one person to go and tell them, you need to get the fire marshal over to this property because they're doing wrong, and you need to find these people. This woman had to watch her son die on the floor in her kitchen, and she's an elderly woman, all because they couldn't get through no gates. You can solve problems just by going down there and bringing that up. And I brought that up as my first time ever going. And immediately they went and they checked those apartments. Now, see, what if everybody was doing that? There's issues all over our city that's affecting us. What about the schools? What about the little brothers and sisters at the bus stops? Now, next generation, who's teaching them? Who's having them outside tent meetings and movies in the hood and giving them food and just block parties of knowledge instead of just shaking that? Who's doing that? All these so-called that are in that are in that realm of scamming y'all, they don't do none of that.
I'll
But the
say
Mm-hmm.
people that are
one
doing
thing.
that, they don't get no money. They don't get no help. I'm tripping,
I'll
because
say
when this brother said, and I'm gonna stop so you can say, when this brother said that their sister gave Cornell and them $45,000, that means there are people out here in the community that need help that have money. Why are these people not helping the organizations that do help? you leave yourself at the hands of these type of victims. I mean, these type of scam artists, because we
Yeah.
not letting no money into our homes. It's a lot of these organizations in the city of Houston been around doing stuff for a long time, boots on the ground. But you won't give it down to them because we're giving it to the pastor. We thinking God said to give that money to this pastor, or we giving it to these guys who are just getting us on the news. When instead,
And
if
I'll
we got
say
that much money
one thing
and
about
we have problems,
the
we
city
need to have
council point.
community centers. Why we don't got community centers all over our city with all of these famous and rich people out here? Why isn't there anything really for our kids? You feel me? That's what we got to solve. What were you saying, Queen? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I agree and disagree in some ways because I do think we have to show up on city council. I do believe that they will try to make a show of solving easy problems, things that they can send one person out to maybe fix things. But I've been in a lot of minutes of City Hall, listened to a lot of people complain about a lot of pressing issues, and they don't do anything about it. I don't know if y'all remember in 2020 when there was almost 6 hours of comment on the $19 million budget that was going to be happening, and we know that that budget still ended up passing. So I would like to point out that the system can only take us so far. And there are organizations who I'll shout out West Street Recovery. Um, they are, working with communities to and taking problems once they organize those communities, taking those problems to city council, at city hall. A lot of times, nothing happens. I know you said you went 32 times, and I don't know if those were like solvable problems that they could throw a band-aid on, but the out of the times that I've been personally, not much comes from it. So I do
Understand
think we need to
that.
organize. I think we need to organize our people. I think that is pressing, pressing, pressing. But I think we need to make sure we're channeling the energy into the right things
Mm-hmm.
so that people don't
Mm-hmm.
get discouraged, so that people don't get burnt out running up to City Hall every Tuesday when they're not really listening. I've seen them damn near doze off while comments are happening. It really is just your time is up, next speaker, a lot of times. So
Facts. Facts.
I want to make sure that we are organizing ourselves and putting that energy into things that can actually be effective. Because this Quanell and Candace issue, I don't think if we brought this to City Hall, Mayor Whitmire would give much of, wouldn't care much at all.
He was.
I don't think the council would address it in the same way that I believe that the community could address it, because we've been seeing Candace and Cornell skate and get by the justice system because people don't show up to court. We have these problems already with the justice system and our people, so they're throwing cases out for petty stuff. They're getting by in that way. So I do believe actually coming together with community oriented solutions that start and end with us could actually be effective in actually um, remedying some of this, because I don't think that if we actually get them in a room with elders, with people respected in the community, if we get them in this sort of people's court environment, um, I don't think it will look like it did, or I don't think it will look like it does on the internet. I don't think it would be a lot of this hoorah. I think we could possibly get somewhere. We could remedy this, maybe paying back some of it, whatever the case is. But I just having the victims involved and hopefully making sure like some of these things actually get remedied, because I do think sinking time into the justice system, I've just seen a lot of that be wasted. It wastes our people's like energy a lot.
Hey, that's right. It does, but you're right, and it also goes another way because it also helps. See, when we was at Street 100, when the Critical Show was at that studio. When we were there, we was helping out a lot of cases. People would call in or reach out to us through that, and we would use our resources and we would solve them. One of the biggest cases next to Malia Davis was the case of this soldier named Vanessa Guillen, this Hispanic soldier who was killed by some other soldiers. Well, her people actually reached out to me, personally, and asked if I would put it on the show because that time the show was going around the world and they were trying to make it a world issue, so they needed it. We put it on there. We pumped it out. Everything we said on the show, all the way down to the president need to bring them to the White House, they did. We told them what to do, everything with the FBI office down in Houston. I got with EquiSearch. Me told Tim Miller to get on this, and they jumped all over it, and we solved a great problem. We found even 9 more
Were
bodies.
you at the
At,
protest in the boots on the ground as well for Vanessa Guillen? That the family organized some, also in Houston. Other people personally organized some, but I
yeah,
do believe possibly that show of power probably had a lot of influence
yeah.
on.
If you go to Channel 11, Channel 11 is one of the ones on YouTube. You can see if you go to Channel 11, you can even go on my page. That's me in the front at the organize. We organized and the thing is at that time we had masks, COVID, and a lot of people they don't pay attention. But I was the brother,
Oh,
a
I
part of
believe
that.
you.
We had a Hispanic, we had a white, and we had a black. It was Pelon, it was me, and it was Mike, and we were together right there. And even the mayor came behind me and made it Vanessa Guillen Day because we asked him to come. We had pressured him to. And if people look at that video again, he came in some regular clothes because we were going to do it without him. We had already had a proclamation. We had been begging him to come on out, show love to this family because we created a big ride. It was a big, huge demonstration. Y'all going to see it. But in all of that stuff, he eventually made July 11th Vanessa Guillen Day. But if you see the interview, I told everybody today, last year, was made Blake Thomas Day because I had pressured and got my baby a day of honor in the city. So I said, isn't that not coincidental, but meant to be that both of these people who passed away, our loved ones, on this day? So we need to bring everybody together. See, that message, you go back and hear it, you will wonder, like, why we ain't hear that? Why we ain't hear that? Because things can just go dead over people's head. And so those unity things are brought together. Those people asked us to come, and I asked my community. Man, we pumped that stuff up for weeks, begging my black people to
Yeah,
come down and stand together. Do you know what
yeah,
we had?
yeah.
Some.
Because I,
I'm
I,
So
I,
black.
it's
I
been
I'm
many
definitely
black.
times we've
remember.
done it. We need the people
Yeah,
to join in. We done solved so many cases, and y'all don't know nothing about us. You ain't see my face in that. You ain't even see me involved. But go back right now. Now that we say it, then you'll look back and you'll be like,
and
oh wow, that is the only black man speaking.
yeah,
But this
you
is
know,
all I'm saying. We can do things without all that money. I didn't pay no money to do that. I didn't have to get no to help them solve their people problem. And I didn't need no fame and none of that. So I'm still a regular person moving around. We are all them individuals. We got to stop letting the people play us because
Exactly.
we can fix our own damn problems.
Exactly.
Strategy,
yeah, yeah.
strategy.
Because I definitely remember that. The soldier getting killed and you went out there to represent the critical show. I definitely remember you speaking to me about that situation and how important it was. But during that time, it was some other stuff going on. But you made
Yeah.
sure you made it your business to get out there. You made it your business to get out there and to support a fallen soldier, that was compromised by people that she confided in. So
A woman.
I definitely
Oh,
And it's sad because
appreciate you
after.
for stepping in and and representing
what's right. You know, so yeah, and go ahead, Amaya. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just super sad because after all that with the family, I was out there a lot. We were organizing our own protests. After all of that, a lot of what came of gestures, and now the Guillen family, because of uh, these symbolic gestures, some of the legislative things that they were promised within the system, they're now working with the Republican Party, Trump, standing next to Trump. Um, so I just find it sad that so many, because I didn't even realize so many uh, black people were showing up, because the organizations that I was with was just very diverse, and honestly I didn't see many black people showing up. So that is just sad that we were showing up, we were putting our energy into that, just for her to now be coddling with who she's coddling with um,
Jemiah,
people who aren't
do,
for us.
sorry.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember? You remember baby girl Malia Davis?
Uh-huh.
Everybody remember that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know the first night it happened, because it happened in my area out by Greenspoint, and that's the area I cover on patrols and all that. So we got out right there when we heard a little black girl baby and that whole story. I was on while we was at Critical. I was on Fox 26 that night with Andy Kahn and Tim Miller. That's me, the
yeah.
one black man in the middle in full Panther uniform again. Because we got to show these folks we're not scared to do this. We're not scared to love our people. Yeah, I'm not wearing your white. I'm wearing your Black Panther shit because I'm a black man and that was a black baby. And you ain't had no black folks representing. What was Cornell and all them then? I was his
Hey,
bodyguard and
you
I
know,
was over there
look,
on the side of the
look,
search.
look.
I'm in the
You,
news 2 times.
you know,
Third
you know,
Tuesday
and
and Thursday, I came back. Both we were on the ground searching for that baby.
hmm
Why wasn't
hmm
he involved with us? Because he was a
you know,
scammer. He knew I was out there, and he knew he wasn't a part of us. So what he
hmm
did at the
but
end, he used his resources to get everybody to give him some credit for some shit that he did not do. But I promise you this,
Wow.
that was me. Both
hmm yeah,
times.
you know,
Critical show. I even went to City Hall and and asked the mayor to put a statue of memory for Malia Davis and for the many victims of violence out here. And guess what? Sylvester Turner, our great black mayor, ignored me. It's a lot of
That's
stuff
a
that
shame.
people give credit for and stuff, but hey, I'm that hood hit man. I'm gonna tell the truth. If you ain't doing
Yep.
it, or if you doing it for show or clout, I'm gonna call you out on it. That's the only way we're gonna stop this stuff. I don't care how these people feel. I'm out there, but a lot of them don't even know me because I'm a man of many faces. I be right in the trenches. They're playing games, but this has been my whole real life.
you
That's
know,
why I can move in these trenches. Cause my name ain't just Texas T. It ain't just Brother Manuel. It's Youngster. It's many of them. I'm in songs and shit in the hood. The game ain't the same too. You better go listen to that knowledge we was on way back. I'm Youngster from the borough.
you know,
86, 56, 44. We made the shirt. No, man, we is deeply rooted in this city. So we're not
you
playing.
know,
So these ones that do be playing, we be the ones out there and they don't be there. But then they get on the camera and say they were there. You
yeah,
ain't gonna play with us,
you know,
Jack. Not
you,
with
you know,
me.
you
Or I'll
know,
call them out.
Yeah.
you know, but the thing about it, we have to let the public know that Cornell X's Black Panther Nation is not the Black Panther Party. You know,
Not at all.
let's get that correct.
Thank you.
Let that word flow around this motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, and let people know that Cornell X is not a part of the People's Black Panther Party. You know, that's
And
him with his
furthermore, that
own
name Black
Black
Panther
Panther.
Nation, that Black Panther Nation is not him. No, that was me. I got the proof. If I got the receipts, I wish you would come. I wish you would come and tell the folks I'm lying on you. I've been waiting on somebody to come and call me out on all the shit I done said about Quan. I got many receipts. I protected your life, Jack. It wasn't a game.
Well,
Y'all playing with people's lives out
well,
here. We in the
well,
game, and you know who I am, and that's why you gonna
well,
do it.
well,
I'm
we,
gonna stop all these scammers in the hood.
you
You better be watching,
know,
cause I'm
we,
everywhere,
we,
Jack.
we going to the comments. Ricky
Man.
Jason, he said, "Well, Panthers need to come out." Yeah,
Hey, we
it's
already
many black,
did.
it's many
Yakanan did.
Black
On
Panthers
Street
that
100,
that
we
that
did a
that
conference where I
yes,
brought in all the head generals and all
yes,
the head
yes,
generals at Street 100 on this critical show. See, a lot of
yes,
y'all don't be following it completely. You follow it for a
yes,
few minutes, and then you get on here and say, you ain't been doing that. On this show, we had a whole room full of Black Panther
yes.
generals in their uniforms telling the whole community for 3 hours straight. Cornell
On
X
on
is not with us. He is a scammer. We
on a
did
few
this years
occasions.
ago. We've been on the
Yes, on a few
ground with this
occasions.
shit. We
Yes,
talking that
yes,
bullshit.
that's right.
And
You
that's
ain't did. You don't even know who
crazy
I
because I
am.
didn't see
That's why we need to unite. Stop
people.
all this playing
Yeah.
games. We got a lot of forces out here. Y'all want to really unite? I'm calling it right here, right
Yes.
now. Whoever really
Hold
about it,
on.
we got loved
What,
ones day coming July 11th.
Wow.
Show
what
up. We gonna all show up out there and then call Cornell and Candace and any of them other fakers to come out there with the people. See, I
Yes,
mix
sir.
with the people. I'm with the people. I live for the people. I am the people. Let's see if they'll come out with
go
the people. I don't have no
Mm-hmm.
go
bodyguard. Let's see if they
hold on.
really gonna lay down their
I'll
life
come with
for us,
you.
our
Go
black
go go
people.
I'll
I'm
come with
go
you.
sorry.
ahead, Jamaya. Go ahead.
Oh, me? No, no,
Yeah.
no. I wasn't saying anything. I was just agreeing with Brother Emmanuel and saying humbly that even though I mean, I may not be on Facebook as much, but I'm within, on the Houston grounds, and I didn't even see the call to action that he called. So, like I also take responsibility for that because I haven't been seeing, ways that I can join the fight against this
Oh,
this
yes,
these
yes, yeah.
bad
We'll connect after the show. Don't worry about it. We'll
nice.
connect after the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't
Yes,
worry
sir.
about it.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry
Yes,
about it.
sir.
We
We
good.
got you. We got you.
Got you.
Cause you
Yeah.
do real work. You a real person. We need people like that in every neighborhood. It's got to be
Yes,
in your spirit
yes,
just to
sir.
help each other. And we're effective
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. I ain't Superman. I ain't the fake story. I can't fly everywhere. I got to really ride a real car, and I got to go through these real back way. Any time that
Hold
I
up.
move and stuff could be my end.
Yeah.
Going to help somebody's problem in a city like Houston, I could pass away in a traffic accident. We're putting our lives on the line for real stuff, not for your fucking fame, for those that are doing it for fame. And this is all I'm saying to all of those that are really saying you not or you really not, we can collectively come together. If we can come together for George Floyd and everybody out there screaming all that there, we can come together to unify our city and put a chokehold on these fraudsters. Because they're not gonna come out. And in the whole city, what
You,
they
you know.
say, everybody look around you and look at who here.
You
Where
know.
they at?
You
Then
know. But
nobody need to go back to them no more because they're fraud. That's how you
you
call them out. And you get all of us
you
to
know
come
what
together and help each other.
you know what the biggest problem is, brother Emmanuel.
What's that?
Our people are misinformed. You know, our people looking at shit on motherfucking TV and they are entertained. I will be entertained too if I'm not knowing what the fuck is going on and I'm just a spectator just looking and you know what I'm saying, listening to what the bullshit going on, all the hooping and hollering and the circus movement, the circus,
Right.
all that old foolishness. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what our people cannot get indulged in because that's how your ass get baited in.
Mm.
Because everything that look good ain't motherfucking good, especially on motherfucking TV. You know how when we growing up and we'll be fascinated about watching wrestling and you'll hear one of your elders, that shit ain't real.
Yeah.
Stop watching that shit ain't real. And that's how I look at when I look at the news station and I see these people talking out the side of their neck and try to influence our people and try to bamboozle our people. But at the end of the motherfucking day, not have not one resource for our people. And that's the biggest motherfucking problem I have, because it's too many motherfuckers talking and you don't even have resources for our motherfucking people.
Promise. An army got money. An army got money. You can't be out here claiming you and building some black army, some Black Panther nation, and want all black people to get involved because we're going to build this up, we're going to stand for each other, and we can't even afford bond money.
But
We can't afford a lawyer. We can't afford a center. How we going to be an army and we ain't even got a stationary place? We ain't even got a fort. We ain't got a compound. You playing games with us.
Yeah.
That ain't how you build no army.
Yeah.
You playing with us.
Mm-hmm.
You just putting a bunch of people in outfits and shit and saying what. Now promise you that dude will not stand in front of one bullet for none of us. He won't stand in front of it for his own people, for his own grandma. I bet he'll let it happen. We need to stop letting that run up.
And to make another point, a lot of these activists using the media for foolish bullshit. Nobody, because it's real fucked up, but social media has made it like this. Yeah, Angie. I'm soon as somebody drop, what I'm saying, I'll be able to bring you in, but we have too many people in right now. But our people are looking at this shit. You feel what I'm saying? And our people are vulnerable to a lot of shit. And a lot of these so-called activists, they feeding off to that shit. They feeding off of that shit. Oh, okay, so they reaching out. They all in people inboxes. Oh, how can I help you, sister? Or how can I help you, brother? You feel what I'm saying? But they're picking and choosing who they want to help in the community. They rather try to shame somebody on social media than deal with the real motherfucking situations in the city or the motherfucking state, because it's plenty motherfucking situations that the county and the city are having, and not one of these motherfucking so-called activists are doing a motherfucking thing about it. You have seen not one serious motherfucking thing on the city network, on any station in the city of Houston that has these these same so-called activists tackling these motherfucking real crimes that are going on with the city, because we still have plenty of police brutality in the city of motherfucking Houston and the state of motherfucking Texas. Do y'all see any of these same motherfucking activists going head to head with any of these motherfucking so-called police departments or these precincts? You don't see not one motherfucker. But when it comes to dealing with our poor people that don't have anybody to fight for them, they are attacking them. They attacked them about not one motherfucking time have they attacked not one city official or one motherfucking precinct official, not one motherfucking time. Not one time. Not one.
And
Y'all name me one
I
motherfucking
know.
time that they standing up in front of these motherfucking people and saying, "Nah, we not having that shit."
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. And I especially, well, Candace and the Quanell types, because I do want to shout out, I saw someone say they're doing the real work. And I want to shout out organizations who are doing the real work. Texas Jail Project, they work a lot with trying to address some of the problems you were talking about. And a lot, um, there is a lot of organizing going around that we may not be as tapped into, just because, I mean, they may be going to college campuses or using Instagram to try to get people, and some people in our community may not be coming across that. So I do want to bridge the gap a little bit. I see. Oh, okay. Shining Stars
Yeah,
Leadership
shout out to
Academy.
Shining Stars. They do a lot, man. That woman, she been
That's
feeding the
right.
community for years, man. I'm talking
That's
about
right.
those are little small things that are huge things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
Texas
elder
Jail
is
Project.
people
Lady
that
Hill
don't
been
get
10 toes
food.
down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
That's
right. You
activism.
know, and
yeah.
another thing,
Nigga
and I
turn
want
up the
to add
kids.
another thing that I want to add. You know, to everybody that's watching, to everybody that's gonna watch this live, let y'all people know to stop letting this motherfucker Cornell turn y'all people in like he turning y'all people in for their safety. Now, y'all don't think he getting that motherfucking reward money? He walking y'all motherfucking people to the motherfucking shit, to get fucking locked up. Y'all don't think he getting no reward money? Stop
Fucking
the
right.
bullshit. Y'all walk y'all own motherfucking people
Oh
in that
yeah.
motherfucking jailhouse.
Walk
Stop
your
letting this
own self
motherfucker
in there.
bamboozle our motherfucking community, because that's exactly what the fuck he doing. Like, he walking our people in for their protection. Bullshit, nigga.
Say,
Bullshit,
man.
because everybody
Say, man.
knows you're gonna get paid because you're bringing a fugitive in, or so-called fugitive, or so-called jailee. Get out the motherfucking bullshit. Everybody need to pay attention to what the fuck been going on. Stop letting this man turn y'all motherfucking people in, because he don't mean y'all people no good. After he turned y'all people in, how many of y'all have he contacted after he done turned y'all people in and got that motherfucking reward money?
Thank you. And your people don't even got an attorney. You turn them in with no attorney. Man, he did one time where the little Hispanic brother was killed at the subway. He added $10,000 of his own money. I don't know where he can. I thought he was rich at that time. He added 10,000 to the reward money for them little brothers to turn themselves in. Yeah, y'all go back and look at that. This is what
Because he
he
was gonna
does,
get it
and he
all
ain't
back.
gave no money like that. He didn't donate or add to it, not knowing he was gonna get something back. I promise you. There was a there was a
That's a
there
good
was a
point.
there was a conference that he had one time where people paid him 20,000 to hold the rally out there, and all he did was just crank everybody up to come out. He just pockets money because there are people out there that he knows how to get the scam people. Those are just the add-ons. You
You
know what I'm
know,
saying? Between the news station running that little face bullshit every week, the fraud is fucking
you
show
know,
of acting like you
Look,
hate something.
brother Emmanuel.
Between that and the other shit, that's all they got.
Look,
What you say, bro?
look. I don't mean to cut you off, but
Oh, do it.
as many times that this man has been accused and found guilty of stealing the community's money, people have the nerve to attach themselves to him. That's the most sickening shit ever. Nigga, when I tell you that's the most sickening shit ever, he might as well be a motherfucking child molester and you'd attach your motherfucking self to him.
Thank you.
Because that's exactly what the fuck you doing. That's
Thank you.
exactly what you're doing. And how do you have any motherfucking respect for yourself attaching yourself to a crook? A well-known crook. Say, if you got 100 or more people saying that this motherfucker has stole money, hey, 100 motherfuckers is not lying. 100 motherfuckers are not lying. If 100 motherfuckers that said, well, I done met him at Starbucks, or I done met him at Denny's, or I done met him at a gas station, or I done met him outside of a grocery store, and y'all have never met him at a place of business to give him y'all motherfucking money.
Come on.
That's
He
a
don't got no
motherfucking
business
red
office.
flag right there.
Thank you.
That's a red flag
He
right
ain't got
there.
no business office. He got no place to where you can come meet him at. He got none of that. But I'm gonna tell you something critical. I'm gonna tell you the problem. The problem is what we said earlier. It's the people. Because right there in Greenspoint, right there, the old fucking Kroger's building, there is a pedophile that owns and runs the fucking church. I personally, I'm on that docket. Everything I say, fact check that shit. Fact check and see if I'm just talking shit. I was on the docket for City Hall, and I told the mayor and every fucking body about this fucking convicted child predator. Pedophile. He's a lifetime. He's high risk lifetime. I even went to the church when we found that out. Pulled up on him, Jack. And guess what the members told me? I was the devil. Everybody does something, and you put it there. I was like, oh, you motherfuckers need to burn up in the bed. I'm trying to get your kids out this motherfucker, because y'all sitting up and like you just letting them. Why? Because he does programs for the hood. He does community things for the motherfucker. We been had that, and we don't need him to do them. If that's the monster he is, we need to get somebody that ain't a monster to do it. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And I went down, I even went to the news telling all of H-Town about this
You did.
dude. They
You did.
ostracized me. They
You
blacklisted my
did.
ass. That's why
You
a
did.
lot of shit that I had on my on that
You
Facebook, it
did.
just all came disappeared. I just damn near disappeared already. That's that sucker, because he's in a big spot. And those type of cases are worldwide. When you hear about a pedophile owns a church and he's laying his hands on the kid, he doing they just go crazy. Down here, they hide shit. Just
You
like they
know.
hiding Cornell's bullshit,
You
they
know.
hiding that fucking pedophile out there.
You
And I'm
know.
gonna put it out there, Jack. This ain't the first time I done said that on this show and
That's
on
right. That's right.
my page. Like I tell
It's
you,
not.
I don't care who they is, Jack.
It, it,
You
it, it,
scamming us, you doing
it,
that wrong? Oh man, come see me
you
about it.
know. You know.
Shit
And
ain't a game to me, man.
the pastor that you are speaking on, I spoke to him about what 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I addressed, the same thing you were saying. You know what I'm saying? I addressed it.
But the
But
people won't leave his church. They don't care.
yeah,
I don't get that.
but how a lot of I don't want to get off topic. We gonna get
No,
into that. We gonna
we
get into
talking about
that another day.
advocacy and
We we
activism,
we
and
we,
he
we
is
gonna get
one of
yeah.
those.
We
Even
gonna
he
get
one
into
of
that
those. But we'll give him a
another
special
day.
show.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
stay on this.
but we don't want to get off topic.
Right.
Yeah, but our people have to know and to understand that we cannot watch TV and think that and look at such and such and think that, oh, I can call such and such to help me. I can get such and such to come help my son. Oh, I can call such and such to help my daughter with this situation at her school. No, because such and such is not always motherfucking me right. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is, when a person really want to help you, they're gonna help you because it's in them. They're gonna help you because that's what God put on their heart. It's to help you. So when you see a person and they are constantly, you know, throwing well, you need such and such professional activism, or you need such and such this person, or you need this and you need that, to pursue your case. No, that's a motherfucking lie, because to pursue my case, all I need is a motherfucking lawyer, and not to
Right.
pay for a consultation from an activist. You feel
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You feel what I'm going to go get, me personally, I'm going to go get a motherfucking lawyer, because I'm not going to spend no consolation fee for me to have somebody listen to me, and then after I finish, ain't no motherfucking results. Oh, well, I listened to what you said. Oh, ain't nothing me or my people can do for you. Bullshit. Might as well give that motherfucking money to a lawyer.
Mm.
Facts.
Somebody that's
It's a
gonna
type.
take your
It's
case. Somebody
a
that's paid to actually take your case and to defend you on the corruption of whoever trying to steal money and manipulate or bamboozle our community. Bottom
real
line,
talk.
straight up.
Real
Yep.
talk. A lot
Exactly.
of a
Activists
lot of them are
don't.
safe. A lot of them are safe warriors.
Yeah.
They're them type of warriors. They stay across the line. They never step across the line, but they tell you to step across the line. They act like they promoting you to step across the line. And then when you do step across the line, guess what, Jack? They on the other side of the line. They safe, and they ain't gonna come across for you. I promise they not gonna show up and fight no system. You see pictures of him all in them long face, but you see somebody holding him back. You see a line. He ain't never pushed him. He ain't never got across the line. Why? Because he know that's gonna get his ass in jail. And
Fact,
they know how far to
fact,
go. It's just
fact.
like warriors, but they know
You
it's
know,
safe.
you
They're
know,
clowns.
you know, and this is my thing. You know, Cornell get on. get on social media or in the public's eye and portray like he hates white people. No, you don't hate white people. That's why your motherfucking ass doing that Fox, that little 20-second segment on Fox News, because you love them white people. Them white people is the one paying you. And I tell anybody this when they come to me with that white people shit. I hate white people. I can't stand white people. Well, quit your motherfucking job. Send your motherfucking car back. Don't go to the motherfucking white people grocery store, and let's see what's gonna happen at the end of the motherfucking day. Because we
Say,
all are put on this earth to need one another. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been raised racist because my grandma ain't go for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it angers me to see somebody that look exactly like us, to portray like they hate white people. And all this old
exactly.
bullshit. No, we're
But he
not
was
going to
on that
teach our
news.
kids that.
But
We don't teach our kids that at all.
but he was on that news, y'all. The guy that he was on Fox Face Off
Faithfully.
with for the first few years, Matt, that white boy died. And he was on the news, Cornell X, crying, snot bubbles, crying, and snot coming out. No, that's a serious cry. He was crying and
Like he
sent
got
a
a
message
good
to the
ass
man's
pussy.
son. Talking about, if you need anything, little Jake, I'm there for you. I just can't, y'all. I just can't. He's snot bubbles and all this shit. The black man, the representative, the leader of black men that hate white folks. I
Yeah.
thought you said you don't like them, but you on
Fact,
this bitch crying.
fact,
But me,
fact, fact,
who protected
fact.
you, my son died, and you didn't drop one goddamn tear for the black man, baby. But you a black
Nah.
leader. You didn't send a sympathy card for my baby. I'm
And
the one that took him to the man's funeral. Y'all go
people
back
need to
and look
stop.
now and see. That's me in the red beret next to him at the funeral. I escorted
He's
his punk ass to that funeral. And when he was saying that stuff on the news, I was looking at him side-eye like, what? I didn't know you really liked it, that dude? He thought, yeah, that. That's when I started to notice, hold on, man. Yeah, y'all playing people. I'm thinking that face-off was real, and behind closed doors, man,
no.
you kicking it with
That
these
that
folks?
that 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 shit was fake, and that's when
Shit.
just like I said earlier, it
Snot
goes back
bubbles.
to wrestling.
Snot
That
bubbles
shit is
crying
fake.
for a white
That
man.
shit is
And
fake.
he talking about
And
he hate white folks. See, that shit is just fake, man.
and he hate so-called claim to hate white people so bad and so much, but you're still getting on their platform and you're entertaining them.
Thank
You're
you. You're working
entertaining
for
them
it.
just like
And you
our
live by it.
ancestors was with the motherfucking bullshit on their face. That's the same shit Cornell is doing right now. That's the same shit as he doing right motherfucking now. The same shit, motherfucking Sambo. You know what I'm saying? He all that shit, and people, and our people need to learn their history because he's one of those house niggas. He's really a house nigga. He gonna sell you out to the master because he wants to be living comfortable. He wants to be giving the other slaves orders. He wants to be in charge of selling all the other slaves. He wants to be. You feel what I'm saying? Really wants to be they color on the cool, but he's so called, and I'm gonna tell people this: he's not. Cornell X is not a leader of our community. He is
Not.
not. He is not a spokesman for our community whatsoever. And
He's
I'm
just a
saying, it's
journalist.
critical saying this. Cornell
It
X
is.
is not the motherfucking speaker for our black people in our motherfucking community
Nope.
Just a
whatsoever.
goddamn reporter. That's all he is. A fucking. He don't even live in the hood. All y'all motherfuckers that be fronting and acting like
He,
y'all really love
he
black
can't.
people and don't even be staying with us.
And the
I know
thing
what
about it
I know
is,
where y'all last to stay. The motherfucker down Vets Memorial past 1960 in the rich spots. And his punk ass up 45 all the way to in the rich spots. You live by them goddamn rich white folk. You keep on stealing our money so you can keep up that goddamn life and playing us. You won't even live in the apartments in the hood because you can't walk to the goddamn corner store and chill because you know people gonna see you and gonna answer to that bullshit. They live in a real life. They know who they scamming. But I'm
you
telling you,
know,
we need to all collectively come together. Collectively. I'm calling out all real activists in Houston. Let's put this word out. I'm calling us all to the table. Pimp C did it and knocking those down. We finna knock those down about this shit, and we all need to come and be one united motherfucking front. We need to all have the same mind, same body, moving the same way, the agenda to help our communities and watch out for these scammers and to educate our community about these scammers so that they can't get us no more. Let them go outside this motherfucker and do it. Because guess what? They're going to keep on scamming, and somebody going to make it their last goddamn scam, because those few dollars that you
You
think you
know,
could take from people and play, it ain't a game, man.
you,
We
you know,
live by that shit. We're
you
living off
know,
of hope, and you stealing it from us. Your time coming. So everybody else, we need to come
you
together.
know,
That's the
and
all
and, and
time.
and the sad part about it is, these activists, they get on social media and be playing these bullshit ass games, call themselves mocking people and all this old type of shit. Let's not forget, y'all like to be in public. Let's not forget that y'all got kids. Let's not forget that y'all got husbands and wives. So the society that we're living in right now, and people are really fucking pissed off and really talking about taking action, street action towards these motherfucking so-called activists, say y'all better stop y'all bullshit before the motherfucking 26 and shit be having a motherfucking news conference about y'all ass because y'all done fucked over the wrong person. And these people are motherfucking hot. These people want their motherfucking money because a lot of people in our community are on fixed incomes. They are helping trying to raise their grandchildren. They're trying to raise their great grandnieces, great grandnephews, and all of this old type of shit. And for you motherfuckers to be taking people money and thinking that people are just gonna let y'all slide by, no. Y'all don't think I didn't have my ear to the motherfucking street? Y'all don't think that the motherfucking streets is talking? Because people are tired of y'all taking their motherfucking money. So however they get you, these people are willing to take that motherfucking risk. So my thing and my best advice to all of you so-called activists that are constantly taking money from these poor people and thinking that nobody is not going to do anything to y'all, say, don't be that motherfucker when we click on the motherfucking news and it's about y'all. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Promise you. Because there's some people out there that don't want their money back. They feel like Scarface. I don't want your money. I want your life. Do you know the reality of stuff? You steal from that right person, they'll let you keep the money because they coming for your life. For playing
Exactly.
with them. For
And
thinking that was
and
the
people
game, stealing from my grandmama,
that's the
stealing
way
from
that
my aunt,
a lot of
leaving my
people are
kinfolk
thinking right
down in the
now.
penitentiary like it's a game or something. That's hell. You're going to
Because a
leave them
lot of
people
people,
in hell.
you
And you scam,
know,
you take, you run out with the money, you cool, huh? Okay, gotcha. There's some don't want their money back. They want what they gonna
they
get. And
don't.
guess
They
what?
don't.
Y'all called
They
it on
don't.
yourselves by scamming people, by playing. In the hood, we know you can't do that. Debo would have been
It's a lot
killed
of
in
that,
the
and you're
hood.
right.
You
And
ain't
you're right,
taking
brother
it,
Emmanuel.
taking nothing from
It's a
nobody.
lot of people that don't want their money back.
I promise
These people want blood
they
because
won't
you
ask.
done took out their family's mouth. You done probably took some inheritance money from somebody
Real
that
talk.
they didn't give you
Real
the
talk.
background of where they
Real
got
talk.
this money from and where,
Yep.
you have to realize, man, say people are not
Game.
playing about their motherfucking money because you're not
That's
thinking
the
about
game.
they got kids. You're not thinking about they got bills that they got to pay, and they barely getting by. People on these budgets. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're not giving a damn about these people, they're not even thinking in their right mind right now because you just took their last, and that's how a lot of people thinking. You done took that motherfucking last, and you don't give a fuck. You gonna brag about it, like you can't be touched, and all of that scare tactic shit, that shit is not working with everybody. Because now how motherfuckers looking at it, shit, go and file a motherfucking paperwork, we'll see your motherfucking ass in court. That's the type of attitude that people really have right now. Because people are not giving a fuck because you did something to them. They didn't do shit to you. They came to you for motherfucking help. They came
Guess
to
what?
you for
We
help.
need to
Some
line
people
their ass
ain't
up.
did shit to you, but you done came and stole their motherfucking money.
Shout out. out to Ali from Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Have a magnificent idea. When motherfuckers is getting out of line, bring them to the ring. Out line up. All these cats that you done played and shit. Come on out to the ring, homeboy, and answer to each one of them. Take them one by one. You big old bad mother, right? You big Cornell, big, act like you got almost big fat ass fool. Come on out and get in this ring with some of these brothers that you done stole their money from. Line up and answer that way. See, cause that'll be too much ass. Cause you done stole too much, and you done played so many people. You don't even forgot them. They haven't forgot.
And that's my thing. You know,
Real shit.
his track record is so long, he can't go out in public like he want to because so many people want to do some harm to him.
Thank you.
You know, and you know it's
her.
bad. You know, when you can't pinpoint a motherfucker who trying to do something to your ass. You done did a lot of motherfucking wrong in our community that you can't pinpoint. You scared to go in certain places you don't want to go. You feel what I'm saying? So now you using somebody else as a puppet to speak for you. You feel what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Cornell? You feel what I'm
And
saying,
she don't understand
Cornell?
that he
You trying to
using
get
her.
somebody else to speak for you.
Yeah,
Not
he
knowing,
using
and
her.
you don't give a damn if this lady got kids. You don't give a damn if this lady got a husband. You don't give a damn if she got a organization or a motherfucking business. You don't care because now how you feel, you got a crash dummy to speak for you. Ain't nobody seen Cornell speak and said a motherfucking thing about nothing.
True.
Not nothing.
Look at one of the old interviews. He had two black women, older ladies in uniform, standing on side of him during the press conference. If anybody came up to try to take him out, you mean to tell me you were gonna have the old ladies protect you? You was gonna let the queens, the goddesses, risk their
Shit,
life?
he was
What
gonna
type
jump
of
behind him.
fucking leader is that, man?
He was
You're
gonna
a
jump
fraud.
behind him here.
He
I
knew
want.
That
that
I
nigga ain't,
want to.
that nigga
he
ain't
knew the
taking no
image
bullet.
means stuff. They know
I
that
want to
image
say
means stuff,
one
so they
thing because I
manipulate the
do want to
camera,
hop
always keep
off so
somebody
that
by. But
Samantha Gordon can hop on because I know she had things to share, like a personal story. So I want to just say something real quick before I hop off. I am dedicated to actually seeing this through. I do think a way to try to mitigate, people feeling like they have to go the lengths of violence to get their money back would be for us to come together, stay on Quanell and Candace's ass at every public appearance they have, and then force them to do some type of people's court, some type of victim offender mediation with these victims, and also answering to the activists in the community that have these charges against them. That would just be my suggestion. I also want to shout out Huey P. Newton Gun Club because I saw they were mentioned ever since.
Yeah,
I mean, a long time since I've been on the ground in Houston. They've made me feel safer at protests. Every time they're there,
facts, facts.
there's just a sense of security. You don't want the cops to be the only ones with guns. So I just want to shout them out before I get off, and also just say, yeah,
Yeah,
anyone can message me or we can set up a group chat, or whatever, to get the strategy going or the organizing going, towards remedying this. But I'm going to stay on. I just want to let Samantha get on to share her story.
okay.
So I'll
I
still be
salute
in
your
the
work,
chat.
Queen. I
Salute.
salute your work, God.
Yeah,
Thank
Keep it
yeah,
y'all. Thank
strong
y'all
out
for the
there.
time.
yeah.
Keep your head on the swivel
Peace.
while you out there, doing what you got
Hey,
to do. And we thank you for
Yes,
being on
sir.
the show and your real work in the community. Reach out to me personally for anything that you need going on out here in the H.
Yes, sir.
Anytime I'm available. My people know, but keep
Thank you.
doing what you're doing.
I'm so glad to be
Keep
able to
doing
get
what you're
acquainted
doing.
with you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Power to the people.
yeah, but we definitely gonna touch bases after the show though.
Sounds
That's for sure.
good. Okay, peace.
All right, peace.
All right.
Yeah, so
And
we
shout
gonna
out,
bring
while we got a little quick second, I want to shout out to brother Michael Noble. He's a Supreme General. He's been doing a lot of work in the H for many, many years. I want to shout out to him. I want to shout out to our general from last week, came on the show, Natural, in the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Shout out to all those, Harold Hale and the Shining Stars, Venice Dotson and her ministry. I want to thank all those people that have been staying down with us for many years that are still here today, you know, and those people that are adding on for your many works that you do. I want to spotlight that and make sure y'all know we love y'all, man, and we appreciate. I see y'all. I know y'all are out there, and I'm still out here for y'all. Whenever you need me, call on me. You know I'm going to pull up. But I thank all of y'all for still being here doing the work, and let's keep on.
Yeah, yeah, and that's for real. Because we definitely appreciate everybody uh that's fighting against Cornell, because it's no secret. It's no secret whatsoever to what's been going on, because he has been stealing money for decades now. You know, and if you know, and he's been pretty much targeting our elderly, you know, because we know we have those type of grandmas or those great aunties. We know that, a lot of those support the incarcerated. So a lot of those people that give their life earnings, that go broke behind giving people like Cornell X their money, when they're confiding in him to do the right thing. You know, and they only target those type of people because they know well, look, they up in age, so it's really not gonna be, it might be a complaint here and there, but there's nobody to really just fight.
And the
There's
money
nobody
gone.
to really just fight and keep it in the public's eye. And that's how he's basically keep with his same motherfucking routine. And not just that, because he really don't have a place. He don't have a place of business.
He's a scammer.
You cannot Google Cornell X's office anywhere. He
Nowhere.
want to
P.O.
meet
box.
people at gas stations, at Denny's,
Thank you.
Starbucks, and all of these other different places. But he has no stable address for his business.
And
So
check it out. The one building he had is in Fifth Ward. They don't got it no more. And it's sitting right there with all this black logo stuff on it. He won't come to that place. He won't even go there
he
because he
can't.
know that's a place where he can be found.
He can't. He can't. Because, and that's the thing about it, he can't go to no community. You feel what I'm saying? Because he has wrong people, and I'm guarantee you, in every community it is in the city of motherfucking Houston. In every city, in every motherfucking community in the city of Houston. I guarantee you, and all of them old them niggas that he got dressed up and decorated and all of that old shit, them niggas ain't gonna bust a motherfucking grape. Them
Not for
niggas
him.
ain't gonna bust a motherfucking grape. Why the fuck they ain't did nothing with all these motherfucking police and fucking up our motherfucking
Thank you.
people? You don't see they
Thank you.
motherfucking ass on the news toe to toe. The
Thank
only time you will see a motherfucking Black Panther going toe to toe with a motherfucker is out of motherfucking state and motherfucking Louisiana or motherfucking Alabama or Georgia or Mississippi or some bullshit. Not one motherfucking black motherfucking Panther or motherfucking Cornell X side that did a motherfucking thing for our motherfucking
you.
people. Not
Thank
one. And show me
you.
the pictures of the footage of these motherfuckers. And they don't even tote them old bullshit ass motherfucking guns. And I will repeat exactly what the late Gary Monroe said. Do them motherfucking guns even motherfucking work while you motherfucking niggas carrying them motherfuckers around? Because
Thank
y'all
you.
ain't did shit with them. As all of the motherfucking brutality has came out the state of motherfucking Texas, where the fuck y'all at? All I see
Nothing.
is people trying to
Nothing.
humiliate people on social media and on the motherfucking news stations. There is
You ain't seen him in
nothing
one
being
search party.
solved.
You ain't seen them out in one search party. You ain't seen them at one bus stop. You ain't seen them at no school challenging the principal and stuff, getting on for messing with the kid. You don't see them out there in the community where they saying all the dudes is acting crazy and we out here, we gonna stop them. You don't see none of that. Why? Because Cornell, all he does is give people that are enamored by him that like him, that are thrilled by his popularity, he gets them a uniform and tell them, yeah, brother, you're gonna be a part of the Black Panther Nation, you're gonna be with me. And they feel so, like they have a purpose now with somebody that's great, and they're willing. He's scamming them. They're willing to stand, so he gives them a uniform, a patch, and tell them to go buy their own uniform, but put this patch on it, and then now come up here to this press conference and bring your gun out, but don't do nothing else. You ain't got no community centers. Y'all not going back doing no programs in the neighborhood. You don't got no central office. You don't have nothing that you're giving back. You're only showing up for his press conferences. I promise you, you ain't going to no search parties. Ain't not one horse. Ain't not one ATV in y'all property ownership. There ain't even no property ownership. He just done got a bunch of dudes, gave them uniforms, and now what them dudes finna do? They gonna step back on him. Why? Because they got regular jobs. He ain't funding them. He ain't got no money to take care of them. He ain't gonna bond them out of jail. He ain't gonna fight nobody's case. He can't. And that Malia Davis shit, that's what I'm on that ass for sitting there lying, telling everybody you went in there and talked to Darion, and he told you where that body was. When that body was already discovered the day before, Houston just didn't know that. That dude scammed and made them pull up at a fucking shopping center next to NRG. You know how far the county jail is from NRG.
That's right.
The fuck
That's
you
right.
gonna come all the way down and talk about you went the law station is right by the county. You should go straight to the law station if he just told you this. You go all the way down there to the damn NRG, to our Astrodome, to a gas station by that to have the news for you to tell them, yeah, Darion told me everything. Dude just flat lied on that little girl, man. He didn't know where the hell that baby body was. He even lied by his daughter told him, get up, daddy, and go do it. Boy, he'll lie on kids. He'll lie on dead people. You'll steal from kids. You'll steal from dead people. You steal from old folks. It's just him and a whole lot of people that's just taking our shit. They got to be called out on it. And it's up to the people to stop allowing them to scam them. We can't stop it for y'all. All we can do is keep pressing the issue, but of course, he has some powers to be on his side right now, momentarily. But sure enough, all that you fucking doing, all the attention you're doing, you're gonna get the right attention. Them alphabet folks, oh, they already paying attention to him, her, their spouses. They know a lot of stuff that they've been doing right now. If you get money from a person on Western Union, if they send you money to Cash App, and it's under pretenses of false or fraud, that's wire fraud. That turns your case federal. Oh yeah, you playing games, stealing from folks. Your time coming. But I want all my people that's on this show to know that we have to be the vanguards of each other. We got to be the vanguards of our community. We got to be not scared to bring stuff out. It's not a confusion. It is giving people knowledge, letting them know what's out there in this world. If you love me, then do that for me. If we love each other, we got to do that for each other. And more than that, the solution to this problem, the solution to this scammer, is that we all have to become more involved with changing things. We shouldn't need Cornell or no Candace. If we, all the people, are really online joining together, it don't take that much. And I bring up my situation because all those little things that changed great stuff for them. So if I'm able to do it, Huey P, Critical, many of our people are out here able to do this individually, great changes, then guess what? If we all are doing this in every community, we all are standing up. He won't have nobody to scam. We'll run them straight out. And then what's she gonna stand on? Because people be acting like this community activism is a job that they were made to do from God or something. No, this is a choice. It is a choice.
Look, Jemiah just said she's now posting my mug shot and my personal info on her story. Candace, if you're watching, I've tried to address you privately. This won't stop anything. The people want justice. You know,
Man,
and
post my
look,
mug shot.
and
I don't give a fuck about that.
this
You
is
trying to
my
shame
thing.
somebody?
You cannot, because I'm not ashamed about my background. Not, and if people been know my background. Yeah,
Genius.
hell yeah, I sold drugs. I did a whole lot of shit.
Thank
You
you.
feel what I'm
Whole
saying?
lot of
So
people.
pull it. I don't give a damn
Mhm.
about none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Do
So
y'all
my thing
sell
is,
powder,
just
crack?
because somebody is speaking the truth about you, that doesn't mean you can get on social media and try to humiliate that person. You
Exactly.
feel what I'm saying? Because me, I don't give a fuck about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because anything that I can say on this motherfucker, I can say it to your motherfucking face. And whoever else face. You know what I'm saying? Because, and that's the
Words
thing
against
about
words,
it.
dude.
We don't condone any bullying. And to be clear about it, the state of Texas needs some new leadership. When it comes to the
Exactly.
Democratic Party of coalition, we need motherfucking new leadership. We need new leadership here in Texas. Everybody that's watching, y'all need to share this shit because we need new representation for the city of Houston and the state of Texas. And that's why it's so much bullshit going on. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing about it. People can't try to pull people records because if people try to come pull somebody records, and then that's the thing about me. I don't worry about shit like that because I got text messages. I got emails of the faultiness. I got this shit just like everybody else have. You feel what I'm saying? I have that shit. That's why I'm not worried about nobody coming for me. None of that shit. None of that shit. Because I have receipts in my motherfucking
Oh, man.
emails and in my text messages of the faulty bullshit that's been going on. You know what I'm saying? And I got some shit in my motherfucking emails and my text messages that's gonna have a motherfucker locked the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? So we cannot let people try to scare us with, oh, well, I'm gonna take this to social media, or I'm gonna put this I have your record pool. Fuck that shit. And
Thank
9 times out of 10, shit, everybody that you associate yourself with, they know your fucking background anyway, so it's not like you hiding shit.
you. A
You
lot of them
feel what
don't
I'm
need.
saying?
A lot of them don't
Pull
need
mine.
their
I don't give a
background
damn.
coming up. Yep.
Pull mine. And
Thank
shit, we can go to court for the bullshit defamation or whatever the fuck a motherfucker want to be talking about. Yeah, we file that paperwork. Because once the paperwork filed in, I'm gonna pull what I
you.
got.
Thank you.
And then we gonna see who gonna go to jail. You feel
Ooh.
what I'm saying? Because
Ooh.
the shit that I got, the shit that I got,
Mm.
shit, CNN gonna be calling about this shit.
I promise they
That's the
want to
thing
be famous.
about it.
They in
So
line to doing
y'all
it.
don't worry
Be
about what
phone.
people are saying. Don't worry about people are saying or people trying to expose you or none of that type of shit. You feel that's that scare tactic shit. That's for that's the shit for people who don't have no fight in them. People that who don't believe in themselves or that feel that they don't have any backing. Y'all don't get scared by that shit. Do not
Don't.
y'all stand on y'all 10. Stand on y'all 10. Because the thing about it is people don't want people to start fishing inside of their social lives.
Real
You feel what
talk.
I'm saying?
Real
A
talk.
lot of people don't want you to start digging in their social lives
Or
because it's a
their
lot to put
past.
out there. It's a
Or
lot
their
to
past
put out there.
that's been being
You
watched
feel
for
what
the
I'm saying?
longest. Or their past, or get into their finances. Since y'all always talking about how much money you got and everybody else don't got it, and you got all that, watch the right people finna look into that and see where all them pennies come from. Because I promise you, all of them ain't came from the right money. You know how we live out here. We know, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right,
we know.
you done did it
We
to
know.
yourself. You want to do
So
that to people? Now they finna look at you and your
we know.
peoples.
We
Guess what,
we
man?
know.
Look,
We know. You know. But as far as bullying
doing it to
people,
yourself, scamming our people.
yeah, you know, bullying people and trying to shame our people. And that's why I say we need motherfucking new leadership in the state of Texas, because that shit is making the Democratic Party look like motherfucking trash, which the Republicans don't give us fucking credit anyway. Because, and I understand why they don't give us fucking credit anyway, because we have leaders that, so-called leaders that don't need to be in motherfucking position. We have these so-called leaders that don't need to be in motherfucking position. Fact. We don't need them to be in motherfucking position. Because the thing about it is, the same people that have these so-called positions are making it seem like they're making such a motherfucking difference around the state of Texas. How many fundraisers have they put together? How many community events have they organized? What have they done for the motherfucking community? You know, because it's a lot of negativity being going, you know, out there from these so-called motherfucking leaders from the state of Texas. But you don't have a track record of doing a motherfucking thing positive or making anything happen within the state of motherfucking Texas. So that's why I say I'm not worried about nobody pulling my motherfucking record. Please. Because it's all there for you to see. Because I'm making my business to constantly do something for our community. Year round.
You wish you didn't find out.
Year round.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But all of these motherfuckers that want to be in the camera, hey, we constantly feed the homeless year round. It is no doubt about it. We're doing this year round. Every summer. We clothing and feed not just only the kids, even the adults of our community.
Come on, man.
You feel what I'm saying? But these so-called clowns that are in the public eyesight and on the news, oh yeah, we're going and bullshit. They are not doing anything for our motherfucking people at all. At all. And salute to Lady Hale. Yes, Lady Hale does it year round. And we love you to death, Lady Hale, because you have never changed. You have constantly gave to our community. You have always gave to the summer kids and food and clothing drive. And what other elder drive, you know, that's into play. You're always giving back. And that's one person that do not need no motherfucking camera, because she's put it out there that she's been doing the work. And we salute people like Lady Hill, because people like Lady Hill don't get enough credit. She doesn't give enough credit at all. You know, and all of these so-called activists, why in the hell that y'all ain't never put Lady Hill on camera and give her the praise that she needs on motherfucking camera while y'all doing y'all bullshit ass rants.
Thank you. Real talk. So we keep on going. But that's what we here for. And that's why we bring it every week, the critical issues on the critical show. With the hood news that you can use, because it's news that we use. And of course, the big dog will give it to you raw and uncut. This is our spirit, man. We all together lined up to bring y'all some entertainment. And entertainment should feed your soul. And it should feed your soul good.
Yeah.
So
and the thing about it is as well, we can't let these so-called activists we can't let these activists indulge or bring it to the public's attention like they just, no, this is not about y'all. This is about the people. This is about the people. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and it tells the community a lot. Okay, you're an activist, but you have no resources for our people. None whatsoever. You haven't put together a community event where you giving back to our people on a constant basis, you know, because, you know, all we hear is a whole bunch of bullshit. That's all we hear is a bunch of bullshit. And so the state of Texas and the streets have motherfucking spoken. We need new leadership in the state of Texas because right now we have no leadership in the state of Texas. We
So,
need people in the state of Texas to represent us the right way, not to get on the news stations or on the media and to be fuck such and such and fuck this and fuck that and no, that is not how you represent the state of Texas. That's not how you represent the city of Houston because that shit is
thank you.
unprofessional. That shit is unprofessional. How in
No
the
way.
fuck are we supposed to? How in the fuck are you supposed to be leading anything and you don't even know how to talk to our people?
Come on now. Tell the truth.
That's the thing about it.
Exactly.
If you don't even know how to talk to our people, how in the fuck are you gonna hold position?
And there's a whole lot of people tired of that sassy ass shit, like you scaring somebody. That's not cool. Cornell then put your ass up to doing some dumb shit. That shit is gonna get your ass what the fuck you want. Cause everybody dying this motherfucker. Ain't no scary people like he making you feel. It's a lot of people with power. And you ruffling their feathers thinking you can just, yeah, I'm gonna get some account. And what else? The fuck else you gonna get?
We
And
need
you got the whole state full of enemies? Okay. This is all I'm telling my people. If
and
you fucking want a clown show, then you pay
when
your money and you can get into the circus.
see
But if you
and
want reality and real results, you can't go to them or you're gonna be
this
mad.
where State Rep Ron Reynolds need to step into place because and this is my thing with the Texas Black Coalition of the state of Texas. The Black Coalition of the state of Texas is watching, letting this bullshit go on, and nobody is saying a motherfucking thing about nothing. Nobody is the whole fucking Texas Black Coalition is fucking quiet. Nobody is saying nothing about nothing. So now, State Rep Ron Reynolds, the state of Texas have an issue. The state of Texas have a real issue. So are we gonna, somebody out of the Black Texas Coalition or Black Democrats, is somebody gonna step up and say something? Or when next election come time, do we need to have our people to get y'all out of office?
Yep.
You know, and that's how we're gonna do it. Because trying to humiliate our people, trying to discredit our people, trying to manipulate our people, trying to scare our people will no longer be tolerated. So
Exactly.
election time is coming. So yes, Mr. Ron Reynolds, yes, and we playing with you right now. You know what I'm saying? We begging you, Mr. Ron Reynolds, somebody make sure that he get this live. Because if not, we're gonna make sure that our people vote whoever is in office out of office. And we're going to spread that through all our communities. And I mean that. I mean that. We're going to go on a major motherfucking hunt spree because we need some act right in the state of Texas. We need some real representation from our real officials in the state of Texas.
Real talk. We finna do that. Trust me, we're coming for you. We've been coming. And ain't nothing gonna stop. You brought it on yourselves. That shit. We're not playing out here, man. We're not playing. Our lives are not jokes out here, man. And for us to sit here in a city as big as Houston, and we are all sitting up talking about the same issue for years, we can't do that, y'all. I'm gonna tell you this too. My activism, my activism targeting is not just for them. It's for a whole lot of these other ones out here too, because they scamming us on smaller levels too. So we call it open season on all you scammers, and any of y'all that want to try and get in to this community activism to scam, promise you this ain't for you.
It's many. It's many fake ass activists stealing from our people, you know, and bamboozling our people.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? But enough is enough. You know, and I'm tired of the Texas Black Coalition of Democratic Parties. I'm sick and motherfucking tired of nobody saying a motherfucking thing about nothing.
Real
Everybody's
talk.
just letting this motherfucking shit go on. Nobody is saying nothing, you know. And then voting time. Oh, vote for Democratic Party for fucking what? For fucking what?
Thank
For y'all to sit back and sit back and not do a motherfucking thing again? When our
you. Yep.
people are constantly getting fucked over? Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on now.
Say it.
Like, come on
Say
now.
it. Say it. We got 19 black women judges in the city of Houston. It was historic. We
Right.
promoted that from
Right.
Critical Show, from Street 100. We promoted. We were boots on the ground, getting out there in the community, letting them all know we need to get these 19 black women in. And we did it. All Democrats. And guess what? The one that was going to work with us, she died. Soon as she got in the office, she passed away. Bless her heart. The rest of you, nothing's just scammed us. You played that black card. You played that we need to help each other, and the whole hood came out and did all that. And what change have we gotten from that in our city? Nothing. They just collecting their checks. A lot of them do that there. They scam you for votes, and then they don't do nothing in your neighborhoods when they're supposed to. They scam you for money. They take the shit, and then they don't get you the justice that you need in those situations that you need justice in. All that shit, that time is up. The
You
people
know,
have
and then,
spoken, as
you
I
know,
said, we standing up on that bullshit, and we coming for it.
and then one state and took your money. Now it's a sister, oh brother, it was a certain clause in here that you ain't see, and you know there's nothing that we can do now. So basically, you done just took people money. This,
That's it. That's it.
this,
That's
yeah.
scam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't. Some of them had contracts, Venice. Some of them didn't. They had word for word. But the thing is, no matter what it is, most of the people, whenever they would give him his money, give him the money he asked, they would not be able to get in contact with him no more. Man, that's just like somebody, one of your kin folks, been
That's
calling
right.
you all day, ringing off the phone, begging for that $100, and they swear they're gonna give it right back the next day. You give them the $100, and then the next day, they phone always
Yeah,
busy. It go to
yeah. You
voicemail.
don't hear
It's
from
out.
them no more. Yeah, you
You
don't hear
know they
from them.
scamming you, man.
Yeah.
That's what this man been doing to a lot of people, and we got too many big names out here that have big stages, and they call themselves activists, and they ain't collectively coming together to call this brother out. Like that brother Ricky Jason said, he did say something real on that when he said about these other brothers that claim to be are part of the nation and are part of the bow tie wearers, the Muslim. Why ain't y'all coming and calling this brother out in the public? Because he's doing it in the public. I don't need no damn tribunal. What Queen Jamal said was real, and I understand that. We did have a tribunal. They did. Yakanan told them. We did have a tribunal. They did have it. The hood, the community had it on him, sat down with him, and he said he would stop, and he didn't. Now he's
Yeah.
rogue. Just don't care.
You
But he
know,
don't
and
live around us. He not around us, so he feel like he don't have to face any of
you know,
the consequences. And it's
you know,
time for those that have these big stages and know him to call him out. Or
you
get
know,
the fuck out the way too, because you're letting that problem. What, y'all scared of him? Y'all
mhm.
scared
You
of this
know,
man?
and
Like on some man-to-man shit? You got me fucked up.
my
Man,
my,
my ass ain't one that make me fear shit out here. We gonna all die anyway. What the
you know,
hell you fearing from?
but
Y'all need to stand up.
but
You need to
but
get out there and use our stages to call this brother out for what he's doing wrong and stop him before he creates more of them like him, because he has created a whole lot of ones, a whole lot of little miniature gremlins that are out here with their intentions to scam and come up because they see the suits and all that fake ass shit that he's paying
yeah,
a little pennies for
he,
because his wife got a little money,
yeah,
and then make y'all think his business and he's so successful that he's creating all of this wealth, and so y'all need to listen to him. Man, that man is living check to check by Fox Face Off. If we all get on Fox Face Off and make their ass
look,
take him off of there, representing
look,
us as a community, he wouldn't have
so look,
no fucking form of income.
you know, and
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do. Uh, We're gonna get all of the activists together. You know, all the real ones. We're gonna get them together, and we're gonna do a press conference right in front of Fox 26. That's
That's what's up.
what that's where he does
To
his shit in
to
with
everything
the white
else, so
boy.
they give
So
it back to him. You're damn right.
so
We
we gonna
back
do
on.
a press
That's what it's
conference
called.
Yeah,
Face off.
that's what
We
we're gonna
back
do a press
on.
conference at right in front of Fox 26, and we're gonna and since Fox 26 don't want to answer, you know, to the community on different situations dealing with Cornell X, that's what the fuck that we're going to do. Go and
And
do a
I
press
will be
conference
out
right
there
in front of
with
Fox
y'all.
26.
Whoever comes, whoever want to do it, I will be out there on the front line with you. Man, come out. Critical
You
made the
know,
call. We're going to
am
Fox
I going
26.
to,
Everybody come
and
together.
my thing is, anybody that's close to Cornell X or doing any type of partnership business with Cornell X, you might want to sit your ass on the sideline.
Real talk.
You might want
This
to
ain't
sit your
gonna
ass
be
on
the
the
game you
sideline
think it is.
because this motherfucker finna get your ass sent to motherfucking jail. I don't give a fuck what type of motherfucker, what you call that? Uh, the, I don't give a fuck what motherfucking penal codes a motherfucker can speak off the top of their motherfucking head. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't give a fuck how good you know the Bible.
Thank
But if you're steady fucking over people and it's a proven fact that you're fucking over people because they got receipts, your
That's
ass
your
going
ass.
to jail. Your
That's your
ass.
ass.
So
And some of y'all
anybody
ain't
that's
even going to
in
jail.
partnership with this motherfucker Cornell X, hey,
Nothing to
tie
fucking lose.
the
Some of
shoelaces
y'all
up.
ain't going to jail.
Hey,
You play with the right ones.
this motherfucker going to jail. You know,
You play with
and
the right
that's the
ones.
thing about it. He's been and why and this motherfucker would have been in jail if he would have had a stable place of doing business. So with him not having a stable place of business, he can't properly be served by any court system.
Damn right.
So when
And
y'all
then
see
not having no money, they could give
supposed
you
to
$1 million lawsuit against him. He ain't got no money. He don't have no money. They could give you $1 million lawsuit against him. That should be nothing for Cornell. Been doing it 40 years, 30 years, huh? You've been in this shit 30 years. He don't have not even $1 million saved up. So you could get whatever judgment, and there are many judges. They can't get blood from a turnip. You can't get water out of stone. Meaning he don't got it, y'all. That's why I was mad at others when I proposed and had many ways that we could have collectively come together and these people would finance the film so that we could put this stuff out on a huge level, and then the money from the film, the finance, we can give that back equally to all of those victims. You might not get all of it back, but you'll get some of it. And I ain't talking about a few pennies, but you would get a significant amount. We could have done that if we all came together collectively. Houston is the huge hub. They want that. They're begging for that. But who coming together to do that? I don't need your motherfucking credit for it. You can say somebody else put the shit together, called it out together. I'm just telling all my people, come on out that's really about it. And so everybody call your own people. And those that are with you gonna come out. We can all come out together, collectively together. Loved Ones Day, baby. Loved Ones Day. Y'all look for the flyers we're gonna put out, and we're gonna give y'all more information because the attack is coming. We are attacking back.
and
Community
and
is
and
gonna get
and,
ourselves back right.
again to the
Come back
public,
to business.
stop calling this man to turn y'all people in.
Please
Walk y'all
stop.
people down, walk y'all people down to that motherfucking 49 Sandusino y'all motherfucking self versus letting this man, you know, like he turning y'all people in and he getting the motherfucking money for that shit.
He got the
Stop letting him
news and
do
shit
that.
out there.
And that's the only reason he do that because he's getting some money for turning y'all motherfucking people in. And he's
Or he
not
getting in
doing
front of that
he's not
camera.
doing people's face. What the fuck is he gonna do compared to the police?
Or he
What is he
getting in
gonna do
front of
compared to the
that
police?
camera. Yep. He scams you because trust me, y'all, the news is not sitting outside of HPD or the sheriff's department. There's no news stations. They got a van outside waiting on something to happen. No, you have to call them. And what y'all be seeing on TV when all the media run up and then they walking on into the thing and they acting like, no, we don't want to talk, we don't want to talk. They called them there. He called them there. He's gonna call them every time so that they can film him turning your peoples in. And he will not give them lawyer fee money. He will not give them bond money. He will not give them anything after whatever the case and how the resolution comes. Anything to grow on. He has nothing for him but a news story. That's all he is a journalist for Fox 26. That's it. And a scam of other people because y'all like him because he on the news one time he famous. Or he talk some shit and say, yeah, I'm for black people, I'm for black people. You can know and you can talk that shit, but living it, you're not for black people if you're scamming those black people in their community purposefully, leaving them without shit. You are not for black people when your own soldiers, all of y'all that's in his army that claim to be in there, remember this, I was a general in there, remember y'all? He left my baby hanging. Didn't do nothing for his own. If that's the general or leader y'all are going to follow, I'm sorry, you're going down with him. And I don't want to follow you. If you want to follow someone like that won't even stand up for their own, you ask him that question, y'all. Because I don't want to fucking talk to tell him to answer that. Why didn't you say anything for your soldier's son? The only man that was right there with you on many cases. Why didn't you say one? You haven't even said this man's son's name ever. Why have you never spoke to him no more since then? Why didn't you get involved in the case for his son? Let's see, I've been on the news 13 times, 2 times for every news station in Houston. Trust me, on my own, not Cornell. I know how to do it, and I won't charge you. Whatever stories you got, I can get you on that. I did it for my own. Said this dude, he charging y'all for shit you can do on your own. It's all a scam. He got no solution to any problems that any of y'all facing. He damn sure ain't finna fight now. Not one white man. He ain't gonna fight one cop. You know, he understands them. And when he went on the conference, the show many years ago, when they had him in training as a law, and he talking, oh well, I don't understand what they going to get. So fake ass. He loves attention. He need to just go on. Say he's a journalist for the news. Stop with this Black Panther shit that you don't even have more than 100 members. If motherfuckers coming out with one piece of equipment that's in under the bed, all of them gone. And you ain't gonna do nothing for their families. You ain't gonna send flowers to the fucking funeral, or card of sympathy. You ain't gonna have nothing for them. And you're asking these brothers and sisters to put their lives on the line. You taking serious issues for us, and you scamming us out of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do.
But I know it's time to go, y'all. And now it's time to say goodbye to all our beautiful friends. This is a good night. I appreciate y'all. We want to, surmise, that this is about
And for some reason, it wouldn't
awareness to these frauds.
it wouldn't let me bring you in for some reason, Angie.
Yeah, sorry about that. And we were supposed to have Asia Shaheed on here again, but
Yeah.
the spirit
I didn't
moved.
see it.
And so I guess we'll try to bring her in another day, but that is one that does a lot of work out here, and we want to recognize her and the General Natural. We appreciate her magnificent presence on last week. Everybody that was with us, y'all heard those magnificent words. You heard that story. She's out there doing the work. She's going to continue doing it. Anybody that can, take the filter and show that you are really for the people, I promote you to go and join with them so that they can get a lot more of their programs, off into the city and get more involved, because they've been here for years. They ain't just doing it during a time of popularity. A lot of us been here for years. We deeply rooted, as Scarface say, deeply rooted in here. And so we need the people to stand behind us on the issues that are real. we'll get real solutions to real problems. And y'all don't have to come up off all this money. Hell, if you're gonna give Cornell $45,000, give me $500. And we can put up all the goddamn posters and buy balloons and all. If you're gonna put on a show, you don't need 45,000. Give a few hundred. Stop letting these people tell you they can do stuff that ain't nobody else can do.
Yeah.
He gonna go in the county like he said with the Malia. He went in the county and talked to this man to man. His presence just listen. You cannot go in no county jail with a high profile suspect, as high profile as that case with Malia, and not be their lawyer or their religious representative, and bypass all of the visitation standards and procedures and rules. And on the day that they didn't have visits, you were able to have visit and talk to this man. That could be considered as intimidation, because how were you able to get into the county jail? I remember I took him out there with for Vince Young, and we had to wait on them to come and escort him and a preacher into the jail, into the cell. So where the hell did he get the authority to go in the county? And look, watch this. Knowing all of this legal he's supposed to know, by coming out and telling us on the news, you told the whole world what you said he confessed to. That's tainting, and that can suppress the fucking confession. The whole thing can be thrown off over your stupid lie, because you know it's a lie. There's no film that will show you in there, and there ain't one boss man or officer in there that will come and stand up and say, yeah, I'm the one that took him in there. They won't. They will get in trouble. That is illegal. You can't do that. Which I was out standing around the man, he in cuffs and shit, or what, they let y'all sit in there by yourselves with no cuffs? No, they can't. They don't do that. But to the common person, we were so focused on Malia, we didn't know. And so all of that, that's what I'm bringing to the light on a lot of issues. A lot of y'all are out here scamming over little babies, little kids, over dead folks. You're scamming over old folks, celebrities and all. You want attention, and that ain't solving none of our problems. All y'all attention makers, go act. Go get into the movies. But this here shit that we saving these little kids and these families and ourselves out here, if you ain't really with it, move the fuck around. That's my opinion. But I'm the Houstonian. The Houston haters hate to hear. The Houston haters hate to hear, because I screams mine loud and clear. 24/7, 365. I represent the truth in this life of mine. Hood News GP, the critical show. Remember, always stand up for whatever you live and you ride for. And that's what you was meant to do. One love.
We definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in this Thursday, like always. You know what I'm saying? So we have another show coming on Monday. It's called Slick Talk. You know, in honor of the late Gary Monroe. You know, because we're gonna be talking about a lot of issues that are going on, you know, not just in the community, but the school systems, you know, the people that are supposed to be standing for our children, you know, and folks, the fake activists. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of our kids are really hurting, and they have been hurt since Gary Monroe passed. You know, we have nobody to step in and speak up for the children. We don't have anybody to speak up and speak for the school systems. You know, we don't have that anymore. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have tried to emulate Gary Monroe's tactics and how he addressed people, you know what I'm saying? All of this old type of shit. But no. Y'all already know the Critical Show is going to give y'all the real shit each and every time, you know, regardless of who may get mad. But we're always going to speak the facts, you know, and we definitely salute everybody that took their time to listen to what we have to say tonight, because y'all already know we got a whole lot of more shit to speak up on. But y'all make sure that y'all tap in
Mondays from 8 to 9, and on Thursdays from 7 to 10. Hey, and we're gonna give y'all, you know what I'm saying, exactly what the people want, and that's the real shit, coming from the Critical Show. See y'all motherfucking Monday. We out.